Oink. Sorry, man. There you go.
All right.
Oh, wow. Hi, everybody. What's up?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. Oh, man. I'm looking at Twitch right now. I'm just watching how it's lagging for me, and I can't watch it. I can't watch it. Nope. Okay.
I'm trying to get Nicholas a shot.
All right. So, hello, everybody. Welcome. This is the first episode of Coalition of Salty Streamers, the Saltcast. I will be your host for today for the first episode. My name is Asex Soul, or Ace, if you like to call me. And let's introduce everybody else. So let's start with Papa Soze. How you doing? Who are you?
Who am I? Indeed.
Yeah, who are you?
Introspective.
Some people call me the Soze Man. I'm an old dude in relation to all you young bucks here on Twitch. At 35 years old.
Oh, that's not old. I don't think it's old, but okay.
I'm a little embarrassed to even know you at that point.
I'm one of the three dudes that started the Coalition of Salty Streamers. Myself, Arpiga, and Morbid Killjoy are the holy trinity of salty SOBs. As far as gaming goes, typically I play role-playing games, action games, games with finely tuned gameplay. My taste is all over the place, really.
Things being all over the place.
Yeah. Things you might see me play, like Nier Automata, Suikoden, Celeste, Metroid, Star Fox, or just about any Final Fantasy game. Yeah, dude. Very happy that we're getting this thing off the ground, Ace. Thank you so much for heading this up.
Of course, man. Of course. Next person, I guess we're gonna go over to Purple Man. Platypus. Hey, Platypus.
Man. Well, hello. My name is Platypus. I stream on Twitch a couple days a week at the same time every day. People are always like, "I didn't know you're on." I'm like, "Same time every day," but you know.
All right.
I got nothing interesting to say. I could bring up a fun fact about myself. What was I supposed to introduce myself with?
I guess I was gonna say your favorite video game quote.
Video game quote. Okay.
Yes. So you can do that too afterwards.
Oh, okay.
In Final Fantasy X, when you first get to like the Mian High Road, I think maybe not the Mian High Road, but like Seymour comes up and he's like, I know they're using Forbidden Machina, but it's fine. And Waka's like, oh, excuse me, but that's not something a maester should say. And then he's like, well, pretend I didn't say it. And you know, all right. I like that. I like all the joke quotes from Final Fantasy X.
Final Fantasy is a good game. What about you, Smith?
For me, I forgot to mention this. Final Fantasy VIII, actually. There's a scene where...
best game.
Or there's multiple scenes in the game, rather, where Squall dreams about being someone else named Laguna. And this first happens on a train, I believe. Platypus is going to correct me. This first happens on a train, and when they all wake up, they're like, I dreamt about this, I dreamt about this. And then Squall chimes in on what he dreamt about, and he goes, I dreamt I was a moron. So,
He did. He's like, I dreamt I was a moron. This is complicated to think about. Let's just ignore it. That's what he says.
All right. And last but not least, another person here, Shadow Ronin. What up, homie?
Hey, everybody, I'm Shadow Ronin. Baby. I'm from Chicago. I've actually really nothing else to other than that, but
pizza. Sorry.
Chicago.
Excuse me?
I slipped out. I'm sorry. I didn't.
Where did you go for your pizza? There's only a few places you could go. Anywhere else is trash.
No, don't worry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Please.
I love soupy, saucy messes when I get pizza.
I love casseroles.
Casseroles.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Please continue.
Well, that's about it. You can always find me on my channel or anywhere else in the CSS or anywhere else in the Discord. That's about it.
Video game quote. Is it also Final Fantasy?
Actually, it's from Mass Effect 3.
The best Final Fantasy of all.
So the DLC cover Javik. One of his lines is stand upon the ashes of a trillion dead souls and ask the ghost of honor matters. And then that's a really interesting quote. Because basically it's like, yeah, thousands of dead people. Who the hell cares about honor?
Well, that reminds me of.
I never got to play him.
Profound.
Jeez, that was edgy.
I was not a DLC boy. I just had to play without the cool teammate.
Well, I'm sorry. I think oh, hi everybody. I'm Ace. I didn't really introduce myself. Ace XO. I am the one who wanted to start this whole podcast thing, and Soze gave me the permission to be able to do so. I stream when I can, and right now that's not a lot, but hopefully it'll be more sooner rather than later. I'm also heavy sound guy, so I love any music relating to anything. So the music in video games, sound effects in video games, voice acting, it's all fun. I love it all. My favorite video game quote, well, it's not really my favorite. I could say that it's one that it's never going to go away in my head. Is from the first Kingdom Hearts, and it's the quote when Sora is fighting Riku, and he's about to fight Riku, and Sora goes, "Forget it. There's no way you're taking Kairi's heart."
I love that line.
And the only reason I know it so well is because when I was younger and I used to play the game all the time.
You lost a lot, huh?
A lot, yeah.
Oh God!
And then you couldn't skip cutscenes, so.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You could constantly.
There's no way you're taking Carrie's heart.
Well, you.
The only thing I can't forget in Kingdom Hearts 1, the only thing I can't forget is just pursuit. Is right at the end of the game. It submits.
Yeah,
that freaking that Ansem fight, man, just over and over again. Submit. We need Lampy in here.
Oh, hi, Matt. Matt J's in the chat.
Matt J. Kirshner, what's up?
This is a good point for me to ask a question. Are we going to address chat at all, or are they just there to talk amongst themselves?
We can talk to chat whenever we feel like either there's dead air or whether we just feel like someone made a valid point about what we're saying. So
okay.
Read chat.
Okay. As a point, I will make a point to not bring up chat as much as possible unless I'm like, oh, chat says this.
Well, yeah, like I said, read chat, and if someone says something that you think you want to mention, then do it. But don't read every single thing.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Okay. Right. So that's it for introduction. So every single Saltcast will hopefully be different groups of people together talking about whatever they want to talk about. And for the first episode, we wanted to discuss video games because video games are cool. We all play them, right? I think, right? Everyone here plays video games.
Yeah.
We all enjoy them.
I've heard of them.
You heard of them, right?
I heard of these things you call games.
Games. So I wanted to first just have a real general question, which was what is the first experience that you remember at least with your video games that you played back in the day? What was your first experience and what made you really get into them? So let's start with Shadow.
I was well, how I put it, I probably still am, but I was a very hyper kid, and
Same.
Yeah, my sister was born 2 years after me, so having a very hyper kid and a baby at the same time, kind of complicated for my parents. You know, 3 children, middle child, going insanely crazy, which includes half of the scars I have on my body because I've done really crazy things.
Scars.
I am.
All right, you're a rebel kid. I get it.
Yeah. So my mom went out one day and she bought a Game Boy. Classic. I think she got the see-through one, the original see-through Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, here. And it came with came with Mario. Like the Game Boy version of Mario.
Mm-hmm.
and I got so absorbed. From there, I went
Every
from.
kid did, yes.
Oh no, I literally sat there. We had moments of like family time. I'm just like this.
Perfect. Yep, that's exactly how you
That's probably most of our childhoods, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
And
Here.
from then on, I got was it Nintendo 64? Got a PlayStation. My mom didn't know about memory cards, so I had no memory cards. So I left the PlayStation on for like so damn long. Like
Ooh.
I tell you not. My mom got mad when she saw the energy bill. She's just like, I can't turn this off. But yeah, from there, I got hooked. It was my breath, my daily occurrences. If it wasn't about games, I just like, okay, bye.
No, whatever.
Now,
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought this, but when I was a child, I used to think you had to spit into a memory card to make it work. And so I broke my PlayStation by spitting into my memory card. And my dad, I was like, Dad, my PlayStation is not working. And then he pulled it out, there's spit coming out of it. I was pretty darn young at the time, okay? I was pretty young, but I seriously had that thought, and I was like, no, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, you just need to spit on it real good. Just make it work. Just make it shine on the inside.
Not like on the top, like on the inside. I was like, no, that's the connectors. You got to make sure they're wet. That way they transfer electricity properly.
The electricity will flow correctly if they're.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
That's how it works. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
how I beat.
Wow.
That's how I beat Final Fantasy VII so fast.
Just spit on it, make it work.
Oh, like I said, I'm an old dude. I remember the old days. I remember getting an NES with Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt for Christmas when I was 5. And I used to do chores every week. Like I would do chores like cleaning and mowing yards and stuff like that, so I could rent video games on the weekends. And like I remember I would rent all those classic games like Contra, Mario 2, Mario 3. There was a Rambo game that I insisted on renting quite often, but I'll never forget the very first one, which was Mega Man 2, and that kind of yeah, it's been an all-time favorite ever since.
Very nice. I think for me, I mean, I know the first game console I ever played was the NES.
Mm-hmm.
Because, oh no, it wasn't the NES. It was the NES and the Sega Genesis, like around the same time. Because my grandmother had it at her house. She never played it, but she bought it because she knew that she had a lot of kids running around and they would want to have to play something. So I played Mario and Sonic a lot. And that was my first look into games. And then that's when I got my Game Boy and the PlayStation 1. And when I got the PlayStation, I was like, what is this magical machine that makes me have what is going on? Why am I having so
PS1
much
was a
fun?
turning point for sure.
Speaking of,
that was my turning point.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of Game Boy, you reminded me of something when I was young. My brother got one, but like, I hogged it. Like I was all the time playing on it, and I grew up in North Carolina, so you have some people who kind of speak simplistically, I guess you could say.
That's a nice way of putting it.
The reason I'm pointing that out is my stepdad had a brother, and like every time we'd go to like family dinners, I'd be playing the Game Boy, just like in the corner playing it, and he would always walk by me and he'd be like, "That boy playing that damn box." So now every time I see a Game Boy, I think of that damn box. So
Damn box ruining our keys.
Ruining our keys, taking our gerbs.
My first gaming memory is also a Game Boy. The very first time I can remember actually where the games gripped me was Pokemon Red.
Yes, I was going to say that too.
Pokemon Red is put me on a course of never wanting to put effort into realistic things in life. It's always just video game related, grinding to level 99 for You know that song by Linkin Park? In the end, it doesn't really matter. That's what it feels like.
In the end, it doesn't even.
And Charizard. But in the end.
That's what they're like. Oh, they're water types. Like Charizard's gonna use flamethrower to one shot all of them because he's level 99. I don't care.
And I know the aesthetic between Red and Pokemon Blue were just that they were just different colors and different color palettes, and it was basically the same, right?
I think there were like a very, very few exclusive Pokemon, like 2 max.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I got both, and my parents were like, "I don't get it. Why do you need both?" And I was like, "Because it's red and it's blue. There has to be something different about the two. I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but it's something." And
The real thing was trying to convince him you needed 2 Game Boys. That way you could trade with yourself to evolve
I
onto
never got
the
that
Gengar.
far. No,
Uh,
I wasn't that kind of kid. I couldn't do that. Like,
Why don't you trade with your friends? Stop it, Mom!
I need to have friends to trade with you.
You know I don't have friends. Just give me another Game Boy, please.
But
Right.
Wii U has it right in the chat. The difference was you got Hitmonlee. Depending on what version you had, you got either
Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan,
or
yeah.
Hitmonchan.
oh, interesting.
I thought I might be wrong because I played mostly Pokemon Yellow, where you get to choose. I thought you got to choose them, but I guess it might be auto assigned after that side gym, because that wasn't a gym. That was before the gym.
Right.
I don't remember which gym it was, but
It
yeah,
was
think it-
Sabrina, the Psychic Gym, and whatever that Middletown was, where you had to get the permit to pass the guards.
right. Okay, yeah,
Right.
yes, I remember.
I still find it still low key how they would do that to people. It's just like, oh yeah, here, have a fighting Pokemon. Yes. Yeah, you're going up against the Psychic Gym. Fuck.
Do you ever? Because I never actually went to the grind to like grind my Pokemon to level 99. So, did you guys ever have any trouble having to beat games like back in the day? Because back in the day, we didn't have internet like that. We didn't have guides just ready to beat stuff like that. So I beat Pokemon, but it took me a while. So, what about you guys? Did you guys ever find any games that were like really challenging?
Oh God.
Games are really hard when I was younger. Much harder than they are now.
Is it because you were younger, or because you was just hard?
No. It's 100% because I was younger. At least when we're talking about the RPG realm, which is mostly where I did. Like, Mega Man is not any easier today than it was then. It's still a difficult game, but something like Final Fantasy X, I'm like, this is impossible. Seymour is unbeatable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm auto-attacking him for 20 turns, and
Nerf
nothing's
Seymour.
not dead yet.
Nerf Seymour.
Nerf Seymour. That's right.
Nerf Seymour.
I'll tell you, if you try to beat, or excuse me, not beat, if you try to play through Kid Icarus or Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link, whether you did it at 35 or 5, it's still tough as nails. I don't know how I beat it at a younger age, but like I can't do it now. Just repetition, this muscle memory, quick reflexes, learning, I guess.
Yeah, no, that
I
makes
don't
sense.
know if I beat games when I was younger.
Let's see, was it Legend of Dragoon gave me pause?
Oh my gosh, sorry,
I never
had
finished
flashbacks
it.
for a moment.
I don't know if you know, but that is the best game ever made.
Yeah, yes.
It's
I
a fun
couldn't.
fact.
I couldn't. There was a single point where I couldn't do the additions. Like I was.
Oh, where it was like you had to press it in an exact right moment to get the extra attacks in.
Yeah.
Those are hard. Yeah, I got Legend of Dragoon for PS3 because when they had the store for the PS3, I was able to buy it because I didn't know they had that on the store, and I said, "What? I need to get this now." And so I did, and I tried to do the additions like you said, and like I thought they were gonna be easier because I'm older, I can play video games, I'm good now, right? I got some years in. No,
I tell you this now. When we got what's his name? The second dude with the lance.
Alfred.
Lavitz or Albert?
No,
Albert.
Lavitz died. Yeah.
When we got
Albert.
when Albert took over, I'm just like, okay, I can do lance.
I was so mad.
And then like I got to Albert, I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. It's like, oh my god. It's like,
Albert is a way faster addition user than Lavitz was. Lavitz was slow and controlled.
right. He's just like,
So
I'm just like,
Dude, every single one of those voice lines for those additions are burned into my head. I just think volcano or madness,
Volcano.
Yeah,
Roses is the best.
yeah.
oh yeah.
whip smack.
Hers is because her addition keeps adding one more hit. It's like double smack or
Double slash.
Hard blade.
hard blade, more and more,
More and more.
asshole drain. I remember that.
Asshole.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh, that Morbid's playthrough. Morbid. A few months ago, Morbid did a stream of that game. It was a lot of fun. Ruff.
I think that game actually put me
it's
on
fun,
the whole. That's okay. Don't worry, we got you. I think that game put me on to the whole. That was the reason why I like Dragon so much now, because of that game and the whole those monsters that turn you into the monsters that you're fighting against. What are they called? Like if you're fighting like a frog or something, and they have a spell that turns you into a frog.
like Toad,
Yeah, Toad.
like in Final Fantasy VII,
Yes.
Yes.
That game had that.
frog
And,
jab.
And I just, I was so mad. I couldn't beat them. I had to run away every single time I saw them. I was like, I don't want to fight you guys. I'm sorry, I can't.
That fight, that random encounter in Final Fantasy VII, where you get 3 frogs on either side of you, and they're just taking turns as frog, unfrogged, frog, unfrogged. Like, please, God, no. That's the same jungle. That's the same jungle with like Yuffie in it, where you have to find Yuffie, and so you're just fighting, trying to. That part of the game is not as fun as some of the other parts.
But yeah, so that was a really fun game that I liked. Actually, I think it goes on to the next topic. Actually, yeah, this is a good segue into like the next question, which was, what do you think is the best game ever made? And this is all going to be subjective because we all have our own opinions on everything. So for me, it was Legend of Dragoon.
I have objective. You guys can have subjective. Actually, you're objectively right as well. Legend of Dragoon is the greatest game ever made. So I am 100% on board. That was going to be mine. So,
What do you guys think, Jose? Shadow.
The greatest game ever made.
You can explain your answer. You can't just say this game and then just be like, that's it.
It's probably gonna be. I don't know, man. I'm gonna say Nier Automata. I think
that is a really good game.
I think Nier Automata it has everything anybody who plays games could want. It's got puzzles, it's got action, it's got over-the-top story, it's got gripping characters, it's got twists, turns, graphics are awesome. It's got sex appeal in some cases. It's got violence. It's got, I don't know. The director of the game, Yoko Taro, is known for making very thoughtful,
weird,
also kind of presentations in his games. And I don't know. When I got started out streaming, I decided to go through the whole Drakengard and Nier series, and that being the last game so far in that series, I don't know. I felt like I appreciated it greatly, seeing where everything came from like early PS2 era to current in 2017, and it was just, I don't know. It was just a conglomerate of everything good about video games, I guess is how I would put it. So yeah, Nier Automata.
Were you able to at first follow the entire story? Because the story takes different branches, right? The whole Drakengard series.
They all do. Yeah, it's very confusing.
But that's okay with you. Like, you love the confusing.
I'm all right with it. Drakengard 1, I felt like didn't age that well. However, you could definitely see a lot of heart put into the characters and the story. And the endings were just, for lack of a better word, mind fucks. From anything from giant babies eating all of mankind to just killing the bad guy and saving the day. It was all over the place, but done in such a way, done in such a way that was memorable and not cliche. Except for the babies, that was not cliche at all.
Okay. What about you, Shadow? What do you think is the best game of all time, in your opinion?
Best game of all time.
Objectively, subjectively.
I tell you the truth, I really don't have one.
Okay.
Easy, moving on. No.
All right, next topic.
I mean, okay, so then how about this? What's one of your favorite games and why?
Favorite games and why? I would have to say one of my things I've always come back to is the first BioShock, because the one part with Andrew Ryan, I when I first played it and got to that part, I still just I paused it, I put down the controller, and just in the corner, just like,
Just look in the mirror. What is life? Am I alive right now?
exactly. I'm just like,
we exist? Do I? We?
Dude,
Your dog?
I would
do
put
you
that.
exist?
I would put that as my favorite shooter for sure.
I was like, did I do those? It's like, did I do those things because I wanted to, or because I was given the command word to do so? I was like, fuck.
How do you
And-
know I'm doing this?
The second one didn't really have that twist, but the third one again just sat there. I'm just like, yeah, this is you. This is not you, and this is you. I'm like, please stop trying to destroy my mind at this point.
The third one?
Yeah,
Infinite or
yeah, Infinite.
okay. I was like, did he have a Bioshock 3? I don't know about, but okay.
I think just so we don't have two of the same one, I will change mine. I will say Dragoon's probably my favorite game of all time, but me and my friend made an old best RPG list, and our number one at that point was Pokemon Yellow. So I'll put Pokemon Yellow as my favorite game.
Okay.
Not only the best Pokemon, but the best game of all time.
Okay.
You get all three starters.
That's
You get
true.
all three starters
Well,
and a Pikachu.
My first
Oh,
playthrough,
yeah.
I wasn't able to get Bulbasaur for some reason, or was it? Yeah, I think it was Bulbasaur or Squirtle, and I was mad because everyone else got it, and I was like, why didn't I get it? What did I miss? But that's just because I was a dumb baby kid.
Yeah, there's the Squirtle squad, and then there's this lady that's like, I have Bulbasaur, and he's a little pet of mine. You're like, give it to me. She's like, eh. Then you have to go back. You have to go back and be like, give me the Bulbasaur, and then she'll like, all right, here you go.
Oh well, I guess I missed that part. I think my favorite game of all time. I gotta get back to Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 2 is my favorite game of all time, and I think it's because it was such a jump from 1 to 2 that it completely blew me away. Like the combat was so much better, and even though the story was still convoluted and silly,
Still don't like the magic.
Yeah, magic was weird, but
Number one for life, Shadow. High five.
What?
and
That was a high five.
I really liked the villains. Whenever there's any video game, I love looking at the villains and seeing what their motivations are and how they play and how we have to fight them. And the Organization 13 for Kingdom Hearts 2, the main villain of that series, or for that game, was phenomenal to me. Like having all these separate characters and having all their little, characteristics for each person, and all of the battles I had to do for that, really fun. So, Kingdom Hearts 2, favorite game of all time.
Far superior boss fights in number 2 with a large diversity and overall just a more difficult game in a good way.
Yeah, exactly. When I did critical mode, I felt more challenged as opposed to stuff being tedious. I think in Kingdom Hearts 1, if you played hard mode or like whatever the hardest mode was, I think was critical maybe. If to me it was just tedious having to go to back to levels and grind, it felt more fun in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, Lamphy just, I think, finished his 100% playthrough on critical mode of Kingdom Hearts 2 on stream.
Congrats
So-
to him.
Yeah, he's going through.
Nice.
He's currently going through every Kingdom Hearts game, 100%ing it on the hardest difficulty, I believe. In preparation for number 3.
Birth by Sleep, I think. Yeah, he was doing Birth by Sleep when I last saw him. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's switch on over. Okay. Let's switch on over to some game news. So,
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
the gaming industry is always rapidly growing. There's always something new happening with all the companies and everything and yada yada. But one of the big stories that is happening right now, we were talking about this earlier, was the Red Dead Redemption 2 and their whole cast and what was going on there. Did you want to start that off, Per Platypus?
I might have a different take than you guys do. So
Okay.
maybe it'd be good to hear someone that might have more of a streamlined view.
Okay, so let me see the 100 hours thing. I want to make sure that I get this right and I don't mess this up. But basically, what was going on was that Red Dead Redemption 2 was a big game that was coming out, and right before its release, they had an interview with one of the senior producer people. And he was talking about how everyone's excited for the game and everyone's all charged up and ready. And he said, "Yeah, we've been putting in like a bunch of hours every week. Like what's it called? 20 some hours, or not 20. I'm bad at math. Can someone do math for me, please?"
No.
Well, you said 100-hour work weeks. I know is what the quote was.
Yeah, 100-hour work weeks, and that is literally insane.
Yeah.
Because like how many you have time to sleep or eat and whatever, and he wasn't saying it as a way of saying how we worked super hard on this game and we're all tired. He was trying to say how we're all excited and we're all been like putting in our extra effort to make sure this game is great and everyone likes it. But
I mean,
other people took it as, so where do you sleep? How do you eat? How do you live?
Oh, I've actually seen. I've actually went to tour to a game company once. They have showers. They have pillows and stuff like that inside the building that they work. Because when games comes to close to crunch time, people tend not to go home. So the companies provide them with stuff to make sure that they're eating, they're sleeping, and stuff like that. So you actually get that.
Actual companies to help
Right.
with that. But yeah, so that was a huge issue, and people were trying to figure out like why is this happening. And I mean, the guy really basically explained it. He was just saying how everyone's just really excited to work on this game because it's such a cool game to work on, and it was, everyone wants it, and I just think that if that's the case, then well, at least for me, if you're working on a game and you're working 100 hours a week on it, one, I do hope it's good, but also you have to be careful in terms of overworking somebody because there's been a lot of not reviews. There's been a lot of research on overworking in the video game industry, and it just, or any industry in general that overworks its employees, and it just doesn't help. You think you're doing a good job with the game, but then there's like a lot of things that someone could look over. There's a lot of things that someone could miss, and it's just creating more work for people down the line that are more awake and are more ready and available, and they see a bunch of different things that are wrong that should have been fixed before. So I don't like the fact that people seem like they're being overworked, but if they're enjoying it,
if it's something you're passionate about,
yeah,
you're not going to mind. But
not tend to go above and beyond.
I don't imagine everyone working at a video game company being 100% passionate all the time. Like, yeah, I love being a game dev, but I also want to go home and, sit on the couch in my underwear and watch The Walking Dead or something.
I want to see my wife and kids.
I mean, you want to see your kids.
Yes.
Wife, kids, those people.
Mm-hmm.
So on one side of it, the side that kind of supports, because a lot of people are talking unions. We need unions for these people. So one side to like support that side of the argument, I guess, would be that the game industry in general the only part that I really find super problematic about this is that it favors younger and younger people, because as you get older, you start having stronger family ties, bigger families. You want to spend time with your wife and kids because you realize what the important things in life are, and you're not as excited about that extra overtime. And then people that are, as they get older, might be less willing to work these hours or less wanting to. And then some young guy out of college, is like, I'll work 150 hours a week. I just need a job, and so your job could potentially be in jeopardy by young people that are willing to do this self-sacrifice just to get into the business. And I think that's like a potential problem in the future, or for inherent and kind of in the system of the thing. But I tend to lean towards it's more of a personal choice and a personal freedom still for these people. Like, if it's something, it's kind of something that comes with when you want to be a game developer. You're like, I don't want to work for a company that's going to make me work 80 hours a week at crunch time.
But that's
I'm going to
almost
work
every company.
Yeah, like I have to do work. I don't want to work 80 hours a week at crunch time. So you're like, oh, so instead I'm going to be like my own boss, where I can make my own passion project. But then you would laugh. There's indie developers that are only their own boss that would laugh at 100 hours a week. They work way more than that because it's one of their passions. Mm-hmm. I think it's one of those things that if you're in that kind of area of any kind of creative thing, like most people that are creative, that are creating things with other people, like that's not that uncommon in that realm. If you want a 9 to 5, I just don't think it's the industry really for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I can understand unions. Like I want, if workers want to get together and create a union, that they can all be supported and have some guidelines so they have collective bargaining power, things like that. I think that's totally good. I do think that people, when they talk about this, are guilty of only attributing positive things to unions when there are negatives also associated, which is, it feels like it's kind of taboo to talk about, because everyone's like, unions are always good 100% of the time. And for a lot of times they are good for a lot of people. That's like kind of the whole point of them in the first place. But there's a lot of times like I used to work at a grocery store where there's these guys that would not work, but they showed up for their shifts. And so they were unfireable no matter how unproductive they were, because they were protected by the union. Or like I worked at this place, you weren't allowed to get a job there unless you joined their union and paid the union money every month. Right. And I'm like, that feels like you're being bullied into being part of that. And so I do think it's just worth being even-handed when you talk about these things.
Yeah.
Wow. So Dan Hauser was the person that did the entire interview thing, and he actually made a statement to clarify. I'm just going to read it. He said, after working on the game for 7 years, the senior writing team, which consists of 4 people, Mike Unsworth, Rupert Humphreys, Laszlo, and myself, had, as we always do, 3 weeks of intense work when we wrap everything up. 3 weeks, not years. We have all worked together for the past 12 years now and feel we need this to get everything finished. After so many years of getting things organized and ready on this project, we needed this to check and finalize everything. More importantly, we obviously don't expect anyone else to work this way. Across the whole country, we have some senior people who work very hard purely because they're passionate about a project or their particular work, and we believe that passion shows in the games we release. But that additional effort is a choice, like what you were just talking about. And we don't ask or expect anyone to work anything like this. Lots of other senior people work in an entirely different way and are just as productive. I'm just not one of them. No one, senior or junior, is ever forced to work hard. Well, which is nice that he said that.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think anyone's really saying that Rockstar is the real problem here. Like, some people are probably pointing at them, but I think this is more. It's more of an eye-opening thing. Like, this is a cultural standard for this industry. Like, no one's like, oh, it's only Rockstar is making them work 100-hour a week. So there's, every company across the country. Like, we know Stuff on a Rock is a guy kind of in our community. He works at Sony Santa Monica, and he has crunch time when God of War was coming out. And it's just something that is. It was more eye-opening for the culture to realize how commonplace it is, where we may not have realized since we're kind of. We're consumers of the product more than we are in the know-how of the industry.
I think the last time they were talking about this is when what was it? Halo was coming out. Well, when the recent Halo was coming out.
Which one is that?
I think it was 5, if I'm thinking correctly.
Yeah.
And they were you know, showing the studios and stuff like that, and you see how like the last few weeks or so before the game goes golden and stuff. Because when a game goes gold, it's complete.
Yeah, that's
stuff
done.
That.
Like a week before release, it goes gold if they're lucky. Yeah.
Right. So you see these, they'll taking the tour of the building, and you see guys with pillows, pillows. You see a bunch of takeout menus and stuff like that. You see somebody in like he came to work in pajamas.
Yeah.
He's just like he doesn't. Man. He doesn't want to really change clothes. So he's in pajamas.
I wish I could do that.
He gets
Every time
up.
you look at something, you're just like, yeah, but was it worth it?
He gets up. He's like, oh yeah, I just came back from the shower to go. You still wearing pajamas? Like, yeah, they got a laundry room too for us. We dump out. They take our individual bags and like they wash their clothes, and give it back to them. I'm just like, yeah. During those like last 3 weeks and stuff, it's when things all go down. That's because you want to make sure when you go gold, you don't have that. Oh, we need to give you this update because we have a bug we forgot to fix.
It's such a tough thing inherently because it's a creative project. It's not like you're making a car where they're like, all right, the car's done and we can properly space it out. Because when it's a creative project like that, the game's going to be supported for years to come, so it's never really done. Like, it's not like, all right, we have a release date, and that's when we know we'll be done. There's always more work to do that they want to improve on. There's bugs they know about they didn't get to. And
especially nowadays, yeah.
Yeah, and so it's just one of those things where people are like, why don't they space it out and just, put it a few months out and have no crunch time? It's because a few months from now, the game would still be coming out, and there would be just as much crunch because there'd be that many more things that they'd want to improve and work on. It's just, that's one of the issues with a creative we're creating something like, we ask an artist even for music, they're like, I'm never done with the album. I just eventually have to release it. Otherwise it becomes financially a silly decision, if I keep holding on to it.
Mm-hmm. Interesting viewpoint. I like that. I don't know. I can't imagine like how much thought and creativity, like I think of a game like an MMO, like say World of Warcraft. I can't imagine what it's like for those dudes having to push out a brand new version of a 14-year-old game to keep it fresh to potential players, buyers, subscribers, whatnot, just every 2 years. It's just the amount of time, thinking, thought, creativity, yes, no, this is going to work, this is not going to work, that goes into just any game, rather. It's, I don't know, mind-blowing to me once you get like a peek behind the scenes.
Oh yeah,
100%.
I'm sure that's how it is with Riot Games because they make League of Legends, which is the only game they make. But like that's enough. League of Legends is one of the most popular games out right now, below Fortnite, and like they have esports. They've had it going for like 8 years or 9 years now, and it's always constantly being updated with buffs and nerfs and new characters and new items and new weapons. And I want to one day go into Riot Games and just look and see like how do you possibly, what's the process that you take to go from here to here? Like what do you do? Because it's so much.
Like the word stands out is in terms of never-ending creativity, where it stands out the most for me in my eyes is in any kind of digital card game, like a Hearthstone or a Magic the Gathering is a good example where like Hearthstone, I know more of the numbers on Hearthstone, where they come out with like 405 new cards like a year. Like if they come out with 3 expansions, they're 135 cards, and each one of those expansions they're adding a mechanic that's never been in the game before, a new take on a mechanic. And a lot of times there are things like, okay, I totally get it, and they're simple and intuitive, but they have to come out with 3 of those a year, combined with hundreds and hundreds of new cards that have, and then they're creating new archetypes within these sets that have these new potential. It's just like, it's so much creativity that like they have multiple teams, I think, working on it, every given time. It's not like one guy is doing all of it, but I'm just like, this is an insane amount of creativity that it's like monetized creativity, right? They have scheduled creativity like 3 times a year. We got to do something creative and innovative.
But your creative juice is flowing at this time right now. Like I don't even think that's there's that many Yu-Gi-Oh cards out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. And most of the cards never get used because they're pack filler, stuff, of course. So, but there is always like these really, really creative things that they come with. Like, oh, I never thought about this card, or this card's really well designed. Whoever, even if it's not a strong card, you could see really good like design behind it, things like that. So I'm always impressed with card games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another thing too.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Cool. The next thing I want to talk about, if everyone good with this on that topic?
Oh yeah.
I think we were already off that the red topic.
We got sidetracked a little.
That's why I'm bringing it back in.
Reel it in.
Next
Reel
one
it in.
Talk about is the Telltale Games company, which is definitely sad. So if anyone that doesn't know that's watching, Telltale Games, the company, basically shut down. I mean, more or less shut down because they fired 200 employees in one day. Like they all sat them in a room and were just like, "Hey, so we're not getting enough funding and there's not enough like work," because it went back to the whole overworking your employees thing where so many people wanted like the games out now and they're like we can't put them out now because Telltale has so many games out. Basically, they have The Walking Dead, which was like their most popular one.
Right.
They have Wolf Among Us, Game of Thrones. Like how do you get the rights to do Game of Thrones? Like that's how popular they were. And obviously, if Game of Thrones comes to you and is like, "Hey, make a game for us," you're not going to say no.
Nah.
Right? So, I mean, you could, I guess, if you wanted to.
No, I mean that's you would be silly not to, But...
Yes, that's what I mean. So, one day that because of all like the extra hard work and people not being able to either show up to work because they're just stressed out or they're tired, they weren't able to pay people the appropriate amount of money. So basically, they put everyone in the room one day and they were like, "Hey, so we got to fire a bunch of you guys. I'm sorry." And fired 200 out of like the 225 people that work for you. That's crazy. And so now I'm thinking, what are they gonna? I was thinking, what are they gonna do with the rest of the games that are like they want sequels for? If they wanted to make a Wolf Among Us sequel, I guess that's not happening anymore. The Walking Dead series was still going on, and they just released the second episode. But
yeah, they gave it to, I forgot who it was, but they gave it to somebody else. I think was at a con. Just like, we'll take over the rest of the series for you guys.
Yes, it was actually Starbound.
Starbound.
Yeah, Starbound Entertainment was like, we're gonna just take on the rest of the Walking Dead series and just finish it for you guys. But
I assume they're bringing in the employees that worked on it since they have no experience.
Oh yeah, it was funny because the lady that plays Clementine, that voice actor, she was like on the way to Telltale's like that day to record some lines, and then she just got the email or something saying that she got fired basically. So she's like, "Oh, okay, wow, what am I supposed to do right now?" But yeah, I'm glad
that's the real issue, right? It's not that a game company is shutting down, which is unfortunate anyway, but it's the way,
right?
It's the way that like the management handled it. That it seemed like they had the foresight of this in advance, and that they didn't tell their employees until like maybe that. Like I'm not in the business, obviously. I'm not in that company. I don't know how it went down, but it feels really shady that they're like, "Hey, we're pushing the stuff out. We're not saying anything," and then people are finding out they're getting fired like that day. Like not even like a simple 2-week notice, or it doesn't seem like. I like I'm not in it, but it really just seems like they handled it really shitty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so because of that, like so many different employees, people lost their job without any notice. And that's obviously always a problem. But luckily, I also heard that when this did happen, a lot of different companies reached out, like for private little interview sections for anyone that worked at Telltale Games, saying, "Hey, listen, we know the company just shut down. Sony's having this small get together for any Telltale employees in this area. If you live around this area, come through. We'll like talk about potential things we can possibly have you work for us instead," which is always great. But that's also it's really sad that that this in the video game industry is so. It's happening almost all the time that big game companies have to be like, "Okay, we understand. come here to this interview thing. We'll help you out. Like it's that prevalent that they have to do that.
So I only know about the headline of Telltale shutting down, firing all these dudes. Yeah, that's kind of crazy to seeing that they have so many like big name licenses, Batman, Marvel, Guardians of the Galaxy, Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, all this stuff. Back to the I think they even did Back to the Future at one point.
Yep, that was a good one. CSI,
Borderlands too.
Borderlands too, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So do you think that might have contributed to, like, maybe they had too much on their plate?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Because the Walking Dead series was so big, and everyone loved that game, and everyone wanted a piece of what was going on. So they, obviously, when you become that big and popular, you're gonna want to get more content in. So when people that big, like Borderlands and Game of Thrones and Batman, when you get the licenses to this stuff, you're gonna want to do something with it and not just hold it and not use it at all. So yeah, I think that had something to do with it.
Yeah, I think they hired too fast.
Yeah,
and
too many projects.
Right. And what was it? Go ahead, Platt.
I was gonna say, I think it's hard to push the point that this company is shutting down because they had too many awesome IPs. Like that, it seems like it's kind of hard to. I could see the argument. They've invested too much of their resources in obtaining IPs, and they weren't able to make innovations on their engine because at the end of the day, like people were just voting with their wallets, right? Like they were putting out games. They were putting out a lot of games. People just weren't buying them because they played Walking Dead 1, and then all these years later, they're playing the new Walking Dead and Batman and stuff. They're like, it's still the same thing. You haven't done anything different. You have some new stories, but it still looks kind of the same, still buggy, still has all the issues. My choices don't really matter. And so people just kind of like, I've played these games for years, and don't want to just play the new ones anymore. I might be biased because I personally have liked almost none of their games. I really liked Wolf Among Us, but I didn't even like the first Walking Dead. Really, I was like, it's one game of the year, but I was like, it's overhyped. It's good, but I mean, it's just like it's not as good as normal TV media, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I don't think that they closed down because they had too many good IPs. I think it just probably they weren't focused enough on innovating what they had. They were kept trying to cash grab with a big title as opposed to something that people were impressed to see. Like new engine.
Yeah, I agree with Platt. If you played one Telltale game, you probably played a bunch of them. You just basically at one point you kind of just wanted, if you wanted to watch a Telltale, if you wanted actually see a Telltale game, you would probably be easy to watch somebody else play it because at that point you just get the story. You don't have to deal with the weird mechanic. You don't have to deal with playing the same game over and over and over.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think streamers are the fault of the game shutting down. Again, I think it's their own business decisions, but at the same time, it's a game that does not lend itself to streaming sales particularly well. It's one of the few games that you don't see it and you're like, well, I want to click the okay, yes, kill this guy option. Like you've seen it,
Mm-hmm.
And there's not much gameplay behind it.
So there's not much replay value is what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, there might be like the replay value actually is one of the biggest weak points because you feel like there is, then you go back and replay it, you're like, oh, it's the exact same.
It's the same thing, except this guy's dead instead of this guy.
Except they recorded three more. They recorded 3 more lines to logically loop it around back to the same path.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I know a part of it was that one of the founders, I think Kevin Bruner. Bacon.
I could use
Close.
bacon.
Kevin Bruner, he said he was leaving the company, and it was because he had a clash with the company's board of directors. Like the board of directors, what you said before, Platypus, they didn't handle everything as well as they could have, and so there was a lot of back and forth in the board of directors. So that was probably one of the reasons why this had to happen. But yeah, no, I agree. It's just still sad. I'm thinking about it on like the level of if I was an employee, like how would I feel? And
It'd be terrible. Like this is one of the worst situations to, because they're probably like a lot of these people are probably they're creating these awesome stories that they're passionate. Like I can't wait for people to see these cool twists. And so this is a project that I think is easy to get passionate about. But you know when you work for a crappy company, it's hard. Like I wouldn't be surprised if you like learned what their last business decisions were. Like, all right, if things pick up, and they're probably were not talking about making a new engine. They're probably talking about more IPs to acquire. Like, oh, what if we get rights to make a Fortnite, thing? That'll make us more money.
I bet that was going to be a thing.
Probably would have happened. Yep.
Yeah. It was up there. They shut down everything. The only one that they agreed to continue on was Minecraft, like Minecraft Story Mode. That was the one that like we're gonna finish this.
They had Minecraft.
Yeah, they have Minecraft Story Mode. That was the only one that they're like, all right, we close all of our things, but our core team is going to continue to finish. Our board of directors said we have to make Minecraft. But now most of their IPs will probably get like the ones that they own will probably get picked up by other companies and worked on.
You mentioned this before, Platt, or Platt and Shadow, but you said you don't think that streaming is any way responsible for the shutdown of the company. Do you? It brings an interesting topic up. Do you think streaming at all hurts any company, like streaming video games?
Not really. I'm kind of more on the free advertising side. I have no doubt that there are some games where it does hurt sales, but the degree to which it does, I think, is probably much smaller than doomsayers would want to say. People are like, if people stream, this game, everyone stream, half the people stream it, I'm going to get 1/10 of the sales. Because 10 people are going to watch every stream, or 1,000 are going to, and they're not going to want to play my game. From what I've seen, there's like there are times it works in opposite and reverse, where streaming a game makes you want to buy it, of course. But I think there are some games like a Telltale game where it probably hurt sales. But I don't think it was like a large percentage. I don't think it was like, we lost 80% of our sales to PewDiePie because he streamed The Walking Dead. Like. But something like a good example of the opposite is like God of War. I was hard out. I had no interest in playing God of War because I did not like any of them. And then I saw like the first like 20 minutes on stream, and I'm like, turn it off. Bought the game. I'm like, I want to play this.
Yeah.
Me and Spider-Man. Man, I was waiting for Spider-Man for so long, and then when I saw Shadow, you're actually streaming it.
Oh yeah.
Like, I need this. Where can I acquire? But
I mean, and it's like it's just. If streaming it hurts, YouTube is the same thing. You can find the videos on YouTube as easy as possible. It's you're not. What are you gonna say, Pat?
I'm gonna say like there's times I've seen it every single time a new game's about to come out. The game comes out like 4 days from today, and it's all bosses, rush mode, 20 minutes. It's just like every spoiler a game has, and the game isn't released for another 4 or 5 days.
Right.
Like that's on YouTube all the time.
Did you want to mention something, Solde?
I was gonna say, I think I can see both sides of the coin on that. Like, I think maybe it depends on the game itself, or a lot of times maybe when it was released. Like, for instance, a lot of the games I stream are not current. Actually, most are not. I stream very few newer games, like Suikoden, which was like back in like 1995 or 1996, or even older things like Super Metroid, games like that. I don't think that's hurting any kind of sales at all. Maybe on the virtual console on your Wii U or something.
That's a game that's the opposite. You're definitely going to boost sales, if anything.
Yeah, right, and to tell you the truth, you're breathing life into games that people may have not thought about before. It's like, oh, I've never heard of this series before, and they check it out and go, oh, I might like this. And they might, it breathes back life into things people thought were dead.
But in that same breath, I feel like I could say that what we were just talking about, a Telltale game. If I go watch Perplatypus play through Wolf Among Us, probably not going to buy it. I personally, and I'm not everybody, obviously, there's millions upon millions of users on Twitch, viewers and streamers combined. Let's say like a brand new game comes out. I go check out somebody streaming it. I'm not going to watch all of it. If I like it, excuse me, let me rephrase it. I'm not going to watch all of it if I like it. If it's something I'm really looking forward to, like say I go to Shadow Ronin stream, he's playing Spider-Man. Oh, this looks pretty awesome. sorry, Shadow, for the short stay. I don't want to spoil myself on this
Yeah.
game because now I want to buy this.
Yeah.
A fantastic example. A very popular streamer. Well, not extremely popular. Let's say he probably had between 2,000 and 4,000 views per stream. I don't think he streams anymore, but Man vs. Game.
I love him.
He I saw him first time I saw him. He was streaming Celeste, and if all of you guys have seen me playing that a lot recently, I went to his stream back in February or March, and I was like, man, this game is tight. You know? And so like I shut his stream off and immediately went and bought it. So that's a case of it helping, but not everyone's like that. So I think it's really subjective to each individual Twitch viewer,
Right.
I guess. Maybe some of the bigger ones are hurting some sales, but I also think that they're helping. I think it kind of evens out.
Well, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Is on a game like Red Dead or a game like these newer games that are coming out that are very gameplay focused. I think there are people that are gonna watch the story and then be out, and then there are gonna be people that are like, I just want to play this now. So I think those are gonna kind of even out. I think it only really is gonna hurt sales on games that are super narrative on light on gameplay, where it's like after you watch this, what is the point? What are you gonna do that wasn't done for you on screen?
Right.
It's not that
Telltale
interactive. Like a game that like is incredibly helped on this front is something like Dead Cells or Binding of Isaac with an essential infinite replay value, or like a card game, a Hearthstone, where it's an online multiplayer. If you see people involved and you see people liking it, a lot of people in the community, you're like, oh, I want to invest more money into this, more cosmetics because I want to look cool and I know these guys all like it. But then Telltale, there's a far other end where it's like it's a walking simulator game, for example, is another good example, like Firewatch or something. Like if you stream it, why am I going to go play it myself? I've seen the narrative, just walking from point A to point B. Then
that also brings up the point of not the point. It reminds me of something when Persona 5 first came out and Atlas was like, "Don't stream, don't do it.
They were hard against
Don't
that.
do it."
Oh yeah,
And
Persona
they
5
said-
would block your PlayStation.
Oh yeah,
You couldn't stream also on PC after or whatever, not on PC, but you couldn't stream like after this day. Like you could stream,
Yeah.
but not until July, 14th in game. Then
the
you
game
can't
was
do
like
it.
7-7. When it's 7-7, you can't stream after that point in the game, right?
Yeah.
And people were like, "I'm going to do it anyway," and obviously people were really upset about all that. And so the next day, Atlas was like, "Okay, you can stream it, but only up until like the last 2 dungeons. You'll know when it's the last 2 dungeons. It'll say you can't stream after that." But again, also people still did it. And I mean, from what I saw, I didn't really see anybody get blocked or lose their account.
Yeah, they didn't. It was. I think it was so popular, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, this is an amazing game! Oh my god, the music is awesome!" That they saw the numbers, and they're just like, "Okay, you know what? Fine,
We'll just back off slowly." But yeah, but even with me, like I don't have a game capture card, so I wanted to stream it. It was really bad when I got it, but I couldn't because it was on my PS4, and PS4 blocked every cutscene, basically every part of the game, which is a lot. The only part it didn't block was the gameplay, and you don't even get to play the game until like 2 hours in.
It's
So
I will say I felt that was very silly of them to do or to receive. I think they were just scared because it's like we want our Western sales to be good, so we don't want things spoiled so people have to buy it. But I think they just had like the completely opposite view of what they should have had. Like once people that weren't familiar with this saw popular streamers play it when there's like some style, like the style of this game, it just oozes out of the menus, the music, every animation. The game is just like we look good in all these things. Everything has a lot of love put into it. I think that really boosted sales. I mean, I don't know if this game without it looking so good would have been in everyone's discussion for game of the year with Breath of the Wild coming out, right? Like, but you look at every top 10 list, it's Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, or Persona 5 are the 3 games that they're talking about. And I think the style of Persona 5 and to a part, streamers helping push the title is one of the big parts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm glad we all are on the same page about the streaming video game things.
Goaty, by the way, it is Goaty.
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 Direct, I believe I'm saying it. Direct Sorrowfist. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. I apologize. Said I don't know. I see chain effects a lot. like Jesse fires up a game and like 80% of its viewers will go out and buy the game that they would never buy otherwise. Yeah, so that's usually how it is. I mean, it does definitely balance itself out because and it all depends on what the game is. Like people are not gonna want to buy a game, and then some people can't buy the game and they just have to watch other people stream it or do YouTube things of it. So.
Mhm.
So I think one final important note to add here is that these companies they have a lot of data on these kinds of things about sales, how streaming affects sales, and what they can expect. And
Yes.
like I don't know if you watch it, but Disguised Toast is a big streamer, about 10,000 viewers. He did a video about how much money you make as a streamer, as a professional big time streamer, and he has made over $1,000 an hour to stream games from these companies. Like they paid him up to $10,000 an hour to stream a game. It's $1 per viewer per hour, and
Right,
so they're throwing $10,000 an hour. That's at one streamer, just so he makes like $50,000 in a day, and a lot of other streamers are doing that. They wouldn't invest this kind of money if they weren't confident it would boost sales by a portion higher than that. They're paying $1 per person for this guy to show it because they're sure 1 out of 60 people or more are going to buy the game because of that.
That is 10 months rent.
Yeah,
Like, because you think about
That's 10
this.
years rent.
You think about this. Say we're all big fans of comedians or some comedians. So, say you like a comedian and he goes, you know what? I had an amazing time at this restaurant. You can go, oh, or
I'm going
maybe
to
I'll
that
have an
restaurant.
amazing time. Let me go to that
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah.
So the same thing when you're popular streamers and stuff. It's like when you
Yeah.
get to that level, people tend to follow what you like, and it happens in celebrities, anybody really. If you have a big following, you have people who tend to follow what you say, or follow things you like to do. They will ultimately go and do things that you say, oh, wait, I love these. I mean, I was a big fan of Jesse Cox, and he kept pushing MeUndies. I'm just like, you know what? Let me buy a pair of MeUndies. Now I have like 5 pair of MeUndies.
Are you wearing them now?
Yeah.
Show him later. Don't show him on stream. You show him
He
later.
practices what he preaches. I think it comes a lot to streamers' transparency as well. Like, there's a whole different thing between a streamer being paid to promote a product and then pretending that it's good when they don't like it,
Mhm.
versus someone just being genuine also about their views. Like, it's kind of a different topic about streamer manipulation in general, but you've seen obviously people that are like, it's a game that we know is bad and people are pushing it like it's really good because it's more popular probably on YouTube than this though. But I also just think transparency is important, to be honest about your opinions and don't try to, don't get corrupt with money. I'm looking at you, Soze. I'm not buying Mega Man. I don't care how much you like it. I don't know what Nintendo's lining your pockets with.
I got that Mega Man money. You know what I'm saying? They call me Money Man. I'm one of the 8
right,
robot
Mega Money
masters
Man.
in the next.
Nintendo, yeah. I want to see an email from Nintendo. It's like, Dear Money Man,
Now that we're on the
here's your
topic.
absurdly large paycheck.
We got
Now that we're
some.
on the topic, Mega Man is out and everyone's shooting. No.
By the way, this game reminds me a lot of Mega Man, one of the greatest. any
Guys,
game.
I just want to bring up that I'm not promoting it or anything. I'm not sponsored, but if you use your discount code SoziaMan's not sponsored on Nintendo for 25% off your first Mega Man related purchase, not sponsored.
You like my shirt? It's a Mega Man shirt. You like it?
By coincidence, if you go to-
Sorry.
You like my shirt? It's an Yumi original, you guys.
Oh, she's gone.
Well,
She can't see it now.
don't look at the stuff behind me, guys. I want to be transparent. I'm not endorsed by Capcom or
By the way,
Mega
has
Man
this
at
ever
all.
happened to you? You ever had
Not sponsored.
hair?
Durette's got another good comment here in the chat. I feel like streaming overall is much better than YouTube playthrough. You get a better feel of the game and you can get any info you want through the stream. Not saying playthroughs are bad, but I like the interactions and genuine first impressions. And I think that is pretty insightful.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that.
Twitch streams have become my new YouTube when it comes to when a game comes out day one, and I'm like, I have this really weird mechanic issue I have a question about. What does the strength stat actually affect on this weapon? Blah blah. Some stupid, very specific thing that bugs me. I'll find a streamer that has like around 10 to 50 viewers, and I'll be like, you know what this does? And they'll be like, yeah, it's this. I'm like, thank you. Like YouTube just doesn't have that obscure information. I'm like, I drop a follow, then I, unfollow a week later, be subtle about it.
Actually, most of the time when a new game comes out, most of the time anyone from CSS is usually playing it. So I'll just be like, oh hey, yeah, okay, let's go on this.
Yeah, usually like Prinny or something is always playing the new stuff.
Oh yeah, Prinny, Ness, all those guys just. Yeah.
Nothing of interest also said something pretty cool here. For me, a YouTube playthrough is what you watch when you're stuck in a game, and I can attest to that. Sometimes I'll be streaming and get stuck and discreetly pull up a YouTube video on how to...
Discreetly? When someone's watching you?
Oh, I was playing... Monitor over here has got, the next strawberry location in Celeste, and I'm like, oh man, how do I get this? There it is. Oh, yeah.
Dude, I do that all the time. Yeah.
I was playing Dark Souls 3. I'm just like, how do I get this I was like, how do I get this place? How do I get this? I'm just like, it's like okay. It's like,
I knew that all along. It was easy. Games are easy. Speaking of games, I can't think of a different segue into this next topic, which was the Golden Joystick Award.
Okay, I'm gonna need you guys to tell me what this is.
Yeah. So the 2018 Golden Joystick Awards is just basically what's the best video game of the year, more or less. The ultimate game of the year stuff. Just what is it? Since it's November. When does it start? Mm-hmm. November 16th. You can live stream it on somewhere. Look it up on Google, I guess.
Okay.
But they have a thing where it says that you can vote for your favorite game of the year here, and they'll it out, but like they have different awards and stuff. So, for example, the ultimate game of the year, which is what people online can vote for, is either Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Black Ops 4, Celeste, Dead Cells, Dragon Quest, Fortnite, Forza, God of War, Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Subnautica. There's a lot.
Celeste,
but
I'm about to say if Fortnite wins, I'm voting down things.
So are we going to go straight into GOTY talk, basically? Like, what our CSS GOTY? We could do an official one like that, but we can have opinions still right now, I guess.
We have opinions now, it's just fine.
Like, in my opinion, there's only 3 games that are potential GOTYs at all, and from looking at the list and hearing the list, and it's going to be between God of War, Spider-Man, and Celeste, right? Or in Red Dead. Sorry, in Red Dead. Those are the 4 that I'm like, those are the potential game of the years. And I don't honestly think Spider-Man Celeste have a real chance on the voting system. It might be a personal GOTY, but I don't think it's going to win over
real quick, you saying GOTY? I'm confused. I'm sorry. What's GOTY?
Game of the year.
Okay.
Game of the year.
GOTY. GOTY.
I was thinking in my head GODI, and I was like, I don't know.
No, I should say GOTY.
Game of the year.
Game of the year.
Game of the year.
All right.
And,
okay.
Anyway,
so, yeah.
Someone else may take the reins.
Go ahead, Ace. Oh, okay. I love Spider-Man. I give props. It was the most fun, one of the funniest games I've played. And the first DLC they announced or just launched is a really good DLC. Like I didn't expect it to be that good. But I have to give it to God of War.
Yeah, God of War is definitely my GOTY.
But it's the fact that I played on the second hardest difficulty, and like I'm like the fight scenes, the whole entire world itself, the battle system. I'm like the interaction between him and his son is, I would say, it's one of the strongest points in the game. It's just when the son, boy.
Boy.
Yeah, okay.
Boy. Yeah, that is like this. There are small parts in that game that if you find it and when they start talking about it, it's just like, okay, I'm loving this. And just all that in general, it's just I played it on the second hard difficulty, and I want to go back to play it on the hardest difficulty because I had that much fun with it.
It's worth noting, and the second hardest difficulty was really hard for a long time, and it's like I want to punish myself more. God of War is easily my GOTY. Like I was saying, like I was more talking in a general culture sense that I think God of War and Red Dead are going to be the two that people are talking about when the people are voting. But for me, God of War is far and away the best game of the year in a lot of ways. I mean, in my opinion, I might be biased because it came from like I was not going to buy it. Like I said, I was hard out on God of War because every God of War that's come out, I've not been interested in at all. And they did the literal impossible where they made me give a shit about Kratos. I was like, I don't care about Kratos. He's just an angry guy that yells a lot. You know, I thought he was like
Zeus.
He might be the most badass protagonist, but I'm like, who actually cares about his story? Oh, he has a son now. Okay, what are you're gonna try to Last of Us? And they did it really good. I mean, they took a character that was super one-dimensional, at least on the surface, and they gave him character. Like, you care about Kratos, and he's got a level of humor that he didn't always have, and his son is great. There's just, I mean, not even talking about the mechanics, which are incredibly solid. The actual gameplay of the game is insanely fun and satisfying. It's one of those games where the story and the characters really could have carried it, even if the gameplay was lackluster, which it was not.
All right.
I had a pretty interesting conversation with Shadow Ronin the other day, and it was actually kind of eye-opening in a way. He's looking at me. I see his eyes darting around like, oh my God, what was it?
What did I do?
No, you were streaming Spider-Man, and I came and talked to you the other day, and we came to the realization that I've not really played any games that came out in 2018. I had to do some searching through like my past streams and what I'd played, and as it turns out, the only games that I've really played this year that are brand new are like Conan Exiles, Celeste, and I think there was one other, but I can't remember.
Did you play Mega Man 11?
I haven't played Mega Man 11 yet, no.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
Yeah, weird. I'm endorsed. I don't know why I haven't gotten around to it yet. But that said, from what I've seen of some of these newer games that came out this year, I can definitely see why God of War is going to be somebody's game of the year. I can definitely see why Red Dead 2 is going to be somebody's game of the year. If I had it right now and was playing it, you wouldn't see me come out of my basement for like 2 weeks. I just know because how I was on the first one. But
That's gonna be me for Kingdom Hearts 3, man.
You would see nobody who's just like,
I'm calling out of work and everything. Like, hey, sorry, I can't come in. I'm pregnant. I mean, I gotta play this game. Yeah, bye.
Kingdom Hearts Game of the Year 2018 and 2019.
Done.
I've talked about this game a little bit through the podcast already, but Game of the Year for me is hands down Celeste. It's I find myself getting into those new games done in retro style types, like The Messenger. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now. But Celeste is if you guys haven't seen it or played it, it's kind of got a Super Meat Boy feel. Gameplay is a lot more refined, if you ask me. The music is phenomenal. The graphics are, again, they're done in a retro style. However, to me, it's a perfect example of how you can do more with less, as far as video game developing goes. Like, you've got your new titles that come out with amazing graphics, hyper realistic. We spent 15 years putting this thing together. I think that Celeste can stand with those games. I think it can stand with God of War, although in a different category. But yeah, like, I don't know exactly how to describe my adoration for this game correctly.
I just love it so much.
It's it's a perfect game for me. Like, I haven't encountered any glitch. There was, for as far as I know, no day one patch that had to fix problems that they had upon release of the game. It was
Celeste is an indie game, right?
It is an indie game. Yeah,
Because they're working 100 hours a week, Soze. You know, they got rid of all those bugs.
I don't think they had 50 people camped out in the studio in sleeping bags and taking showers and, you know, eating cup noodles for every meal.
Every time you see that awesome double jump and that cool color change, just think, was it worth it? So
Was it worth it? No, yeah, easily Celeste game of the year for me. But that's more tailored to the kind of games that I enjoy the most.
Right.
And it offers so much. You know, there's regular difficulty, there's pretty damn hard difficulty, and then there's you got to be insane to want to play this difficulty. So I mean, it caters to all game types too, or gamer types, I should say. I've got a lot to say about Celeste. I could go on for a while, but I'll just leave it at that.
I just want to clarify a statement that I made, that I was not slighting Celeste by saying it's not going to win GOTY. I just think if we're talking to a mass audience, just based off sales numbers, most people voting have played God of War and not played Celeste. And
I agree.
So I don't think it has a real chance in this kind of competition. Whether or not it could be the superior game, I'm not saying that it's not.
I see that.
But it's not.
I'll tell you this. Another studio we were talking about earlier, I think it was back in 2012, Telltale won Game of the Year with The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead Season 1.
So I don't think it's too far-fetched.
You're right. That was definitely an underdog.
But there are some more. There's not just best game of the year. There's like different categories for.
There'll be all kinds of categories.
Awards. So I can read them all right now. This best storytelling. Let's see, best visual design, best audio design, best indie game. So Celeste is in the best indie game thing, so you might win
For
that.
sure.
Best
likely.
competitive game, best co-competitive, the Still Playing Award, which I think is hilarious. It's games that came out a while ago, but people are still playing it, and it's just become more and more popular as time goes on. So like Destiny 2,
I'm already voting Warframe.
Warframe is there.
I don't like Warframe, but man, those developers love that game, and they are putting so much effort into that game year after year after year.
Yeah, wasn't it like
Pokemon Go's in there too?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't hate Pokemon Go. It's Pokemon Go. You get up, you just grab it, and just keep going.
Remember when
You
Pokemon
can
Go
hate
first came out?
exercising.
Oh God, that was awful.
Dude, Hillary Clinton was just like, make sure you Pokemon go to the polls.
What? No, I didn't see that. That was a thing.
She goes, I don't know anything about this Pokemon Go, but I do know that you should probably Pokemon Go to the polls. You know?
That sounds like.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
great.
Shouty, you were going to say something? Well,
What?
you were about to say something before I said Pokemon Go. I'm sorry. You don't remember?
No, my memory shot again.
All right. If it comes back to you, just cut me off immediately. But AJ, shut up. I'm going to. So, all right. We got Esports Game of the Year, Best VR Game, Studio of the Year. Best Game Studio. Best Mobile Game of the Year, Best Nintendo Game, Best PlayStation, Best PC, Best Xbox, and Most Wanted Game coming out. Let's talk about the Most Wanted Game coming out, because that's a good segue into the next topic, which is your game reviews that you're playing now and games that you want to play in the future. So the Most Wanted Game nominees are Anthem, which I'm really excited about. I mean, excited enough. Battlefield 5, Control, Cyberpunk 2077, Death Stranding, which I still don't know what that game's about.
You won't know after you play it, most likely.
I'll beat the game like, what the hell is that? I still don't know, man. I wish they gave me some more information.
That was cool, Norman Reedus, but I don't know.
Norman Reedus, I don't know.
It's just gonna be a 4-hour movie that you don't even need the controller for.
Honestly, if it is that, I'm not even. There's Doom Eternal, Dreams, Ghosts of Tsushima, Kingdom Hearts 3, Metro Exodus, Ooblets, I don't know what that is. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Last of Us Part 2. Which makes me think, are they going to just have a Last of Us Part 3? or part 4, 5. How far are they gonna go? But
I don't know.
497.
so out of the games that I said, anyone really excited about any of them?
Was Resident Evil 2 on that list?
It was not.
Oh, because that's the one I want.
There you go. I think they're talking about like games that are going to be, new.
From what I saw,
like not remakes.
From what I saw at E3, the Ghost of Tsushima, however it's called.
The samurai game.
I am totally down for that.
Samurai
I am
Jack.
too.
Take my money.
That's the one by Is that the one being made by the? God, why can't I remember their name right now? Who's making it? It's not the Death. It's not the Dark Souls guys.
Isn't the
Shadows Die
Ninja?
Twice.
Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch. Yes,
Sucker
the
Punch.
infamous. The guys that make Infamous, right?
Yes. Oh, yes. Infamous is one of my favorite games, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm more excited for that one than Shadows Die Twice, personally. But I just like a more arcadey combat than super precise.
Ghost of
Okay.
Tsushima. That's how you say it.
Ghost of Tsushima, yeah.
Sushi Mama. Ghost of Sushi Mama.
Sushi Mama.
That's gonna be my spin-off game.
For Cooking Mama.
Listen. I'm just gonna say right now, I refuse to say that I'm most excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. We're all thinking it.
That is
I'm
fine.
sure of it.
That
I
is
refuse. I refuse to be that guy because we all know. All right, we're all excited.
I have had plenty of friends that got to play it already, and I just every time they're like, "Hey, Ace, did you know about
You know it's fun.
Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yeah.
and how it's fun?" And I'm like, "Yes."
I think
They
we're
go,
all
"Did you know I'll do this?"
excited. I think we're all excited, but there's like something that's like preventing me from being like overly hyped
It's
about
because
it.
it's Kingdom Hearts.
Well, my hype is kind of dead for it. Not because and I'm excited. I'm excited to play the game. It's 100% day one buy. But I'm like, I played Kingdom Hearts 2 in middle school. Like I had a lot of time to be excited, and now I'm just kind of like, it'll happen when it happens. It'll be 100% buy, and I'm gonna love it.
Yeah,
it's just like an inevitable force. It's like a hurricane coming in. I'm like,
There's a
There's
it'll
a
get
point
here.
where like they released the title and that was happening, and I mean obviously everyone was like, "Oh my!" And throughout the whole process of them having to realize that they had to switch to a different engine and add new stuff and all that, it just my excitedness for it, like it's there. It's just I feel like inside is like a little box, and inside this little box is just all of my excitement and all my hype, and it's just there. It's tucked away nice and neat. It'll come out, but it's only gonna come out when I press start on the game. Like when I get the disc, whatever. When I get home to play it, whatever. When I put it inside of my PS4, whatever. Like okay, I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 3, but then it's all gonna just boil out. Probably on stream, and it's gonna be disgusting. I'm sorry.
It's the same. Like when a trailer pops out, I'm like, yeah, whoa, yeah, and then like maybe 5 or so minutes after the trailer, I'm just like, yeah. I was like, okay, then it's enough now.
I'm done. Okay.
What happened?
Yeah, what is that? Like, I don't like. It's a conversation I had with my daughter and my wife a couple weeks ago. 2002, I believe, Kingdom Hearts 1 came out, and I kind of remember that year because it was the year I joined the Navy, and I got the game, and I had like a month to beat it before I shipped out to go to the Navy. So I kind of blasted through it. But then Kingdom Hearts 2 came out like maybe I think it was like 2006.
Yes, 2006.
Yeah. And I was talking to my wife and my daughter, and a few years ago, this is way before streaming started. For me, my daughter and I played through Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, and Kingdom Hearts 2, and Birth by Sleep.
Was it Rechain of Memories or Chain of Memories?
It was Rechain. It was when the 1.5 final mix such and such extra plus, Sora edition, whatever. So when those started coming out, her and I I wanted to share that with her because I was like, dude, this was like the bomb.com when this came out for me. And she loved it and enjoyed it. And then it's only been like 5 years, I think, since the 2.5 final mix came out.
Yeah.
And
just catch all the money.
She's asking me, she's like, yo, when's Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out? And I said, listen to this. I played Kingdom Hearts 2 in 2006. Since then, I have been married, divorced, I've gone to college, gotten a degree. I've had 3 jobs. I've gotten married again, had a kid, and now she's 5. Like, I've done all
And now
that
she's old
since
enough to
Kingdom
wonder where
Hearts
the fuck this
Can you imagine like kids like talking about Kingdom Hearts 3? It's like, man, I got this Kingdom Hearts 3 game. It's pretty cool, but I remember that there was like a really, really old Kingdom Hearts. Like, when did it come out? It's so old. And I'm gonna be like, oh.
But basically,
Remember, like, the whole Toy Story thing, where like Toy Story 1 came out in 19 something, and then Toy Story 3 came out like right before I went to college, so immediately it was like all feels for me. But it came out 12 years later or something.
You get your daughter gets to play the game and be like, yeah, my dad used to play this back when he was my age. He used to play number 2 back in the day.
back in the day. Oh my
That
god.
old
Back in the
game,
day.
Kingdom Hearts. Remember that old game?
Kingdom Hearts is about to be classified as retro gaming.
Oh my god, I can't
So,
take it. I can't.
I know we got off topic a little bit. Kingdom Hearts is not my most excited game for the next year. I forgot the list.
I can just.
Can we just list it off really quick? There was like 1 or 2. Oh, and then post it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, I mean, right now my hype is kind of. I'm an impatient person. My hype scales with distance. So the further a game out is, the less excited I am for it, because it's like it's gonna get pushed back into the following year, into the next 6 months later. So right now,
posted it in the chat thing for Discord.
I am
Everyone.
excited for I'm super excited for 2 games right now, and they're both coming out next month. And Fallout 76, which I know is gonna suck, but I don't care. I'm excited, and it's gonna be
Fallout 76 isn't on this.
it's gonna be incredibly fun for me, and I'm very excited for Artifact, the Valve card game. That's probably my most hyped game currently.
Okay.
Okay.
So that'll get my vote.
I'm most
Mine?
excited about- Oh yeah, go ahead, Shadow. You first. Actually.
Well, mine is not on the list, but it's a game. It's a definite edition of a game I played a while ago. It's one of my favorite RPGs. Tales of Vesperia.
Oh. Tales games.
Never
Yeah.
played a
It's a
Tales
remake?
game.
It's no remake, but it's basically how Daddy has been. So back out like in the beginning of Xbox 360, they brought out Tales of Vesperia for Xbox 360. About maybe 6 months after, they brought out a definite edition, which added more storyline, a new character, and a bunch of new things to it. And they brought it out for the I think it was the PS3. I was like, oh sweet, I can't wait. They only did it for Japan only.
Oh.
So now
Japan, keeping all the good stuff to yourself.
yes. So now they're bringing it out to the States. I'm just like, oh thank God, because they added a brand new character with their own brand new storyline and everything in it. I'm just like, come on, you gotta do this to us?
Was it, so just to clarify, is this Tales of Zestiria or
Vesperia.
that's the
Yes.
BERS?
No.
RIA.
BERPERIA.
Why don't I don't see that one on Steam. I'm trying to see it.
You said
I
it's
don't
not-
think
it's not
it's
out yet,
on-
is it?
No. It's out January of next year.
Oh,
It's,
so it's currently only in Japan.
Right.
I will say their naming system: Tales of Bestiria, Tales of Zestiria, Tales of Vestiria. I'm just like, they could branch out.
What's the difference between the games? Like, it's just the
And it's
Can't
Final
just be the
Fantasy. Final Fantasy difference, right? It just
Yeah.
Same.
There's only one. I think there's only a couple of the actual games that actually have more than one game in it, but it's basically like the Final Fantasy system. Where you have, it's one title and you have a bunch of characters. But what I really like about the series, and which really gets to me, is that they have what they call skits.
skits.
And basically the skits are basically interactions between between the characters.
Oh,
So like
okay.
an event will happen, or
Yeah, keep
an
going.
event will happen, or
So-
like a plot line would happen, and you'll have a skit or two where the main characters will talk about it. It's like, oh my god, this person just killed themselves. Oh my god, you just killed somebody we're supposed to protect. And they'll have a skit where they'll actual have,
Oh,
they like it or
see
not,
what you
or right. They have actually more dialogue about the things that are going around them. So I felt like it gives you more in depth of who the characters were, and they've done it for every single one of the Tales games, and they keep improving upon it. So there's like reactions, like characters make faces and stuff like that. I think there was one thing where one character wouldn't take a bath, and the rest of the characters start smelling it. It's just like, what is that smell? And it's like, I forgot to take a bath. They all just looked at her as like, it's like, why are you guys leaving me? It's like, when I come back, it's like, one of the characters knows magic is like, wait, why you have your staff out? And it's like, you just see her use her water magic. It's like, oh my god, it's like, somebody get the soap. I'm just kind of laughing at it.
I might want to get that.
My only real experience with the series is Tales of Symphonia, which would make it on my top 10 list of all-time games. I think it's absolutely... yes, she did.
Yes.
And it's voiced by Robin from Teen Titans.
Yes, that's why. Yep.
It's actually more obnoxious than it is cool. Now you hear it, you're just like, it's Robin, man. I can't take him seriously anymore. It's Robin now. But when I was a kid, it was. That's one of my favorite games of all time. I have played Vesteria and Besteria, but Besteria or whatever. I've gotten only like 5-6 hours into them before giving them up. They just weren't the same to me. But Symphonia, I highly recommend Tales of Symphonia if you guys haven't.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones.
Oh,
I think was it on the GameCube? I have. Oh, when it was first released, you could have kept going, and how they kept the fighting thing is that you kept learning moves more and more, and it just keep combining different moves.
Yeah.
So I had like
Heck yeah.
triple Demon Fang Sword Rain beasts.
Yeah, it just like
naming convention.
Straight up Yu Yu Hakusho stuff. Just
Right.
like triple super fang beast
Spear and
shotgun. Friendship. Also, Zestiria, which I know you can't tell the difference between these titles, but Zestiria is like a Game Boy Advance one, I think, or
Of course it is.
DS one, and it's like really good as well.
Oh yeah.
So, guys, what are you going to be playing in the future for your streams? Do you have any plans, or do you just come up with it the day of and like, I'm going to play this game today?
I have the reason I even really got into streaming is because I had a huge collection of games that I bought and either played very little or didn't play at all. So I've kind of got like a backlog, so to speak, of games that I know I'm going to play. Every now and then something comes across, so like I might see somebody playing it and I'm like, oh, that looks cool, and then I'll go get it. I'm like, oh, I think this would lend itself to streaming very well. Bought a ton of games on the Steam summer sale that I haven't even touched.
Oh yeah, that happens.
I don't know. Specifically, I want to finish Punch Out. I want to finish Suikoden 1 and 2. And I'm looking at Killer is Dead coming up. So
That's a really fun game.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a fun game. Okay. Platt?
Well, currently, what I just kind of try to figure out day to day. I've been streaming with some friends just so I don't have to talk to myself so much. You know, it's sometimes fun to have someone to talk with you. But
That's
I'm
all.
playing mostly just Magic: The Gathering Arena right now. Just having fun with that. Every now and then I'll jump in and start a new single player game, but it's kind of up in the air because I'm really excited for Fallout 76 coming out. I think on the 14th, and that will be hopefully my mainstream game going forward for, I don't know, hopefully it'll keep me going for at least a month. Hopefully it's more of a long-term game. I'm hoping it'll have one of those kind of like a living ecosystem where it will have like people that play WoW all the time, or people that play people that have like, it's like, oh, they'll keep adding stuff, you'll keep building stuff. So I'm hoping that'll be carrying me into the future for a while.
Okay. Shadow.
Probably playing some Castlevania Lord of Shadows because I got that for like $4. I got the entire section for $4. I'm just like,
Nice.
Fantastic game.
Nice.
oh yeah. So I'm playing that. I'm probably gonna play some Yakuza 0.
You could say, oh.
Yeah, because
All right.
I get somebody. I was like, yeah, I'll do this, and somebody's like, yeah, I'll give you $20. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I gotta buy this now.
Yeah, there you go.
But I'm really looking forward to next month is Darksiders, and
Darksiders 3?
yeah,
That comes out next month.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow.
I thought that was
Okay.
years away. What?
nope, next month.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
fine.
that was a long time away.
What? I love those games.
I didn't. I never played number 2 though, but number 1 was quite solid.
I love Darksiders games. Oh my god, I didn't know that was a thing.
Darksiders 1 is the best Zelda game I've ever played.
It's like Zelda in hell. It's exactly how I described it to one of my friends.
Yeah, I have. I'm thinking, because I have both World Master and Definitive editions
Yeah.
for both 1 and 2. So I'm also be bringing those out. And Spyro.
Spyro. Dragon.
classic.
Man, I want to
classic.
play Darksiders again now.
I mean, but you got a backlog of games.
I
How
got
you
a
gonna
backlog.
fit it
Well,
all-
that's in the
fit into your
backlog.
schedule.
It's in the backlog.
It's in the backlog, so here you go.
I have number 2 on my computer. I've just never I've never even started the game before. I was like, there's loot. I don't like loot. I don't want to play it. So maybe I've been too judgmental.
Let's see. For me, it's always hard for me to stream because my house isn't always like quiet or anything, and I also don't have a good enough computer. So all the games I want to play, right now I am currently using my MacBook to talk to you guys. So I'm gonna first make a computer from scratch first and get all the parts and make it, and then I want to get a game capture card so I can stream GameCube games.
Nice.
My
GameCube is a good one.
Yep.
The
My
Sims.
first things is Sims.
A lot of boys bought the GameCube. A lot of
Oh boy.
that's kind of a joke I heard on another website. Forget it. But
Hey, keep the CSS. We're trying to get salty promo.
I think okay. So a few games for GameCube that we really want to play are Pokemon Coliseum. My favorite
Yes.
Pokemon game of all time. I love it so much. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 Battle Adventure.
oh yeah, that's a good one.
I love those.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna be both of them. I'm gonna get all the stuff on it. I want to get A's in everything. I also want to play a game called Custom Robo. You guys know about Custom Robo?
Yes,
I have heard of it.
I have played Custom Robo.
I don't know anything
Custom
about
Robo.
it. I got it
It's-
confused with Chibi Robo at one point. I don't know a whole lot about Custom Robo, but I've heard a lot of praise from people about it.
I mean, it's a very simple game. It's like a very linear story, whatever. But I guess in terms of story, it's my favorite part about video games is how people tell the story and the voice acting and everything. Custom Robo doesn't have voice acting, but I do like the story a lot, and I've played it multiple times in my life. So I'm gonna play that whenever I set all that up. But in the meantime, if I do stream, it'll be D&D stuff or my PlayStation, Monster Hunter.
Nice, yeah. People are digging Monster Hunter. Like Monster Hunter is a perfect example of what I'm hoping Fallout 76 will be, where people are just keep
Constantly
playing
playing
it.
it over and over again.
Just keep playing it.
Just keep
playing
coming
it.
back to it every once in a while because you gotta
just-
hunt those monsters.
I really like Monster Hunter all the way through the main contracts, and then when you get to the expert contracts and the like alpha and omega loot, like gear you have to make, I was like, it's, you know what, I got my fun. I'm okay. Thank you though, game.
So in
It
the
was,
future,
you know,
in the future,
Hammer Bros.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. In the
no, it's
future,
fine.
listen to me, not Platty. No, in the future, if we do one of these sections where we have like a debate on whether a game's good or not, or like a Or somebody being salty about a game. Can I please shit all over Monster Hunter World because I really want
Please.
to.
Go ahead.
All salt is acceptable.
All right, I get it. You're just like, I can't get the Mega Man skin because I'm not good enough. Like,
That game even has Mega Man stuff in it, and I don't
does.
like it.
How
How about that?
Monster Hunter World is my first Monster Hunter, so
like,
I'm sure the other ones are just as good, even though they're on like the mobile game consoles. But I mean, I like it a lot. I mean, I think the only reason why I like it so much is because you can play with friends. If I played by myself, I would not be having.
the number one way to dislike that game is to use the heavy crossbow your first time playing it. Like, then you're like, this game freaking sucks.
Game's garbage. It's basura.
I even played it with Platty and Prinny for a little while one day, and I got 0% more
fine.
enjoyment out of it.
I'm with you, Soze. I find the game fun on the surface level, just to go through the stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, it was a good time. It was fun. But then, like, I'm quickly out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I enjoy being in the store, and I'm enjoying the like. I put it like this. I went full cosmetic as possible. I was just like, okay, does this look good on me? Like literally, I spent an hour on my stream just like, okay, what do these clothes look like? I'm like, okay, what colors do I feel like? Okay, am I wearing a nice blue and purple? Am I looking nice?
If I don't make my character look like me in any games, I can't play.
Well, that's me.
Exactly.
That's me in Final Fantasy 14, Shadow. I got to go with the snazziest outfit.
I just want to make it as fun as possible. Like I care about cosmetics as long as I can make it look really stupid. Like I just like
you're one of those streamers, one of those gamers.
Is it the Boros? I don't know. It's the guy that has all the pillars on him and he does rolling things, and you get his armor and it's just a bunch of stupid stone pillars all over you, and it's just like it's freaking stupid.
No, I wasn't.
So yeah, work out. So what? You get this plat's swole, bro.
I did this exercise. I did this. If you actually see my summoner, I'm wearing nighttime. I'm wearing pajamas. I was like, yeah, sleepy time summoner. You gotta go for fashion.
Yeah, I'm right. I couldn't figure out how to use the glamour in Final Fantasy 14 because I'm a noob.
No, they changed. They changed that. I like how they changed it up, but it's still somewhat really annoying.
I just have I always have this tuxedo on for my character.
Tuxedo
You just
mask.
reminded me of something. I also have to play Dragon Age Inquisition again because
I didn't beat it. I burnt out super hard on that.
it's one of those games. Whenever I play games like that where it's really big open world and there's 70 billion side missions on the side, I have to do all the side missions. I can't have something on screen yelling at me saying, hey, side mission, do it. I gotta do it.
When we do whatever, where we talk about things we hate, I want in, and I'm going to talk about how much I hate open world games. I hate
perfect
open worlds. They're trash.
I
Except
hate
for Breath of the Wild.
I
Okay.
I hate open world collection missions. It's just like, I need
Yes,
you to find all these items. Just like I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm. I can go ahead and just talk about, if we do the Saltcast, talk about different story games that I don't like. I won't get into them now because I'll start ranting about them forever. But later on, okay.
Linear games get such a bad rap in society right now, man. People are like, yeah, but is it open world? Can I do 7,000 quests I don't want to do? Where are the watchtowers, Ubisoft? Like, I'm telling you, like Final Fantasy X, that game is linear AF. Also, as all heckin'.
This is turning into a
that
dog stream.
game is so good.
No, not okay. Sorry, y'all. I gotta go get my dog. Give me a second.
It's turning into a dog stream.
Hey, yo, my dog's right here. Yo, homie.
There you go, Chief Hopper. Or Sheriff Hopper.
It's the sexiest man alive. Yeah, he's also going to be the new Hellboy.
Yes. This is my sister's dog, Jasper.
That's his sister's room.
It's my sister.
Ace.
Yes.
Hi. My sister's in college. It's fine.
I don't have a sister. So I'm not in the
Oh
club.
my god. Well, I have a stepsister. Sorry, a half sister. I've only seen one time in my life. So
Well, there you go.
we're cover all ends of the spectrum there.
I also have a here.
Oh, this is my girlfriend's sister though.
There we go. Much better. Much better. Oh my gosh, that pillow! I just realized with the pillow.
Yeah, I wasn't saying the pillow was hers. Like, this is my girlfriend's sister. It's a pillow. It's a.
Oh gosh. All right, so guys, are you ready for the mystery topic?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Let's get. What is it? It's confrontational.
Let's get mysterious.
Let's get offensive.
All right. So, do you guys know about my favorite types of video games? Like, can you guess at all?
They have dragons.
Okay. Shadow?
RPGs.
I think he
Okay.
likes Legend of
So-
Dragoon, Dragon Age, Inquisition,
All right, so
How to
you
Train
guys-
Your Dragon.
So I talked a little bit about what I liked on here. So I feel like you guys have a good feel about what kind of games I enjoy. Since I'm the host, this is what we're going to do. Mystery topic is: I am now your boss. You all guys are at a video game company right now. Congratulations, you guys are hired. Great. First order of business I need you to do: sell me a game, any game you can think of, story, gameplay wise, anything, and you have 2 minutes to do it each.
Two
Lord.
words.
I'm gonna give
Two
you a
words.
minute to think about it. You guys can like think it over a little bit.
Cuphead.
So,
Sold.
Doesn't matter what the story is. Doesn't matter what the gameplay is. I will listen to everything, and this is all just for fun. I'm not gonna say who wins unless you guys want me to say who wins and make it a competition. But I just want to see how crazy you guys can get with the game stuff. Okay. And I'm gonna give you guys another 30 seconds to figure it out.
All right. I've got the perfect game that will move copies.
All
It's
right.
a post-apocalyptic steampunk Pokemon battle royale.
I
You
like
get to
it, all right.
choose whatever Pokemon you want, and you drop down. For Pokeballs are falling from the sky, Bling! And it opens up. Then you get to choose one of these Pokemon, and it's a battle royale. You go around picking up TMs to learn new abilities, and you can't use all the TMs depending on your type. And then instead of smoke coming in, right? It's steampunk. I don't know how I'm going to incorporate that yet, but we'll figure that out. That's down the line. Instead of
Okay.
smoke coming in, it's going to be like an army of Dittos, right? And they're just going to transform into these monstrosities, and they're going to force us in. And if you get out there, you get obliterated. So there we go.
All right. That was a good solid game point. What's the game gonna be called? Title.
It's going to be called 100-Hour Work Week. Was it
100
worth
hour
it?
Was it worth it? So,
All right.
So, are there
work week? Got it.
are these fictional or existing? I mean, does it matter? It doesn't matter, does it?
Oh,
Doesn't matter.
Oh wait, no, it doesn't. No, whatever you want, man.
Let's say.
Thank you, Platt, for the great.
You're very welcome. I'll be
Oh my
expecting
God.
I'll be inspecting the investor
Real
checks
quick,
to be coming in.
last question. Will this game, since it's a MOBA or not MOBA?
It's a battle royale. Come on.
Battle Royale. Sorry.
We gotta push units.
Okay. No, you're right. There'll be voice acting, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Give me one celebrity that's gonna be in the video game.
Besides for Platypus, we're definitely going to go with we're going to be with Ryan Gosling for sure.
Ooh, Ryan Gosling's a good choice. So he's gonna promote the game. He's gonna like sell it. He's gonna be in the game.
Yeah, you know how Ryan Reynolds is currently doing that stupid phone game.
That
commercial?
mobile. Yeah.
Yeah,
The one that's
we're
on
gonna
every
have
single
that.
YouTube
We're gonna
channel.
have that, but it's gonna be Ryan Gosling, and then Bradley Cooper's gonna come in at some point and make a guest appearance.
I'm surprised you didn't say Zach.
Say who? He cut out.
Oh, Zach Galifianakis.
Zach
Ooh.
Galifianakis.
I would go with Zac Efron if I had to pick a Zach.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right, who's next? Come on, pitch south. Come on. Next.
Let's.
Shadow or so.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Shadow. You look like you're rubbing your hands together in excitement.
Time.
I call it the hand warming simulator.
Yes.
Okay.
I got it. I'm calling it the comedian slapdown. That's right. It's it's a fighter. So you got yourself a competition. We're gonna bring out all the goodies. We're gonna have Kevin Hart. We're gonna have celebrity fights. We're gonna bring in people who are not comedy. We're gonna have the Machine.
Oh. I love Ben. He's so cool.
Yeah, we're gonna have all the celebrity fighters for you. We even got special guests coming out with special tag moves. We got Kevin Hart and The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay. So are they like a tag duo? Like he's a support character?
Oh yeah. We're gonna have Kevin Hart is just gonna be like saying one line. Someone say one funny line, and Rock is gonna comment and just slap and just do the people elbowing people.
All right. Fighting game with celebrities. I like it. Okay. And who's going to be the poster person for the video game?
Who else? Kevin Hart.
I mean, okay, I have to ask.
The greatest comedian of all time.
All right. Okay. Cool. What's the game called?
Comedian
SmackDown.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that part. Comedian SmackDown. Okay. Comedian SmackDown. Great. Cool. Thank you.
We got to get headlines though. We got to do something offensive that's going to get people to talk about this game. So we're gonna have Louis C.K. in the game, right? And you're gonna have to have paid DLC. You're gonna have paid DLC to take him out of the game.
DLC Amy Schumer in there too.
DLC. It's gonna be called We Should Have Done This Anyway. It's DLC. It's like if you buy this, we'll take Louis C.K. out of the game for you. Will
there be nerfs and buffs in the game?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Each character's gonna nerfs and buffs. There'll be jokes from every single celebrity, even female celebrities will have the occasional lewd jokes in there.
Okay. So taunts will be lewd jokes. I got it. So if you're playing Kevin Hart and you press the taunt button, he's going, "You gonna learn today."
You don't learn today, son. You don't learn today.
All right. Okay.
When you knock him out, when he wins, his tagline is, "No, he wasn't winning. She wasn't winning."
Just gonna.
All right. Okay. So
are there going to be like interactive like things? Like someone's going to come out and be like, when they're fighting Kevin Hart's like, "Jumanji sucks," and they'll be like, "Hey man,
what?
I like Jumanji. You just got you got to spit fire when you're in a fight.
Sometimes you gotta do it." All right, go next. You got it right.
It's gonna be
Mega Man 11.5. No,
it's
HD remake.
HD remake.
So this is
over 3 days.
All right, go ahead.
There's gonna be a new Mega Man game now. You know what? I think it's gonna be a Ghostbusters sandbox game. It's gonna be set in New York City, and you're gonna get calls, and you gotta assemble your team. You go to the site, fight the ghost. Bustin' makes you feel good. You trap them in the thing. You gotta buy and upgrade parts for your ghost trapping devices. You can upgrade the Ecto 1. You can befriend certain ghosts like Slimer.
Oh, okay. Okay, will Ghosts from other series be in there?
Well, I mean, it's a Ghostbusters universe thing, but it's a sandbox deal.
Casper, obviously.
Kind of
Will
like
Spider-Man make an appearance?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. Will the Ghost of Sparta make an appearance?
I said, make you feel.
All right, so quick questions. Question 1: You said you can set your team. What do you mean by that? Like, who can you choose from?
You can choose from the originals. You're gonna have Peter. You're gonna have Winston. You're gonna have Egon and Ray. But you'll also be able to pick characters from other iterations. I don't know why you would, but you might want to pick from the recent Ghostbusters movie.
Well, maybe there'll be some tactical advantages based off, like there'll be power duos, like, oh, these two characters together create the blonde-haired people or something.
Most importantly, don't cross the streams, by the way. But also, there's characters from some of the animated series you could be able to pick from. But yeah, We're gonna have a complete roster. It's gonna be like Super Ghostbusters Brothers Ultimate. Everybody's gonna be there.
So it's open world, but what's the story? Like, what's your motive for even transversing the world in the first place?
Zool is
just
back.
somewhere, huh?
The Gatekeeper has met the Keymaster, and Zool has returned. And
okay,
Okay, good.
New York is getting the shit haunted out of it, and we gotta catch all those ghosts.
All right. I have a question. Is there going to be mostly automobile transport to get from one side to New York to the other, or are you going to be able to befriend useful ghosts and then use various of their abilities to help you?
You mean you're gonna
In
have
your
like a ghost flying mount?
Like if you get a ghost and you capture it, are you able to? It's like, oh, we developed a new Ghost D stupid shitty fire, and we put it in there, and it becomes not a stupid ghost, and it helps us.
You'll be able to set up multiple bases throughout the city of New York, or Manhattan, I guess, as it were. And
is it all in New York City? Because New York City's big.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the island.
Okay, just Manhattan. Got it.
And you'll be able to quick travel between those two bases, or those few bases that you have set up.
Okay.
You don't like the ghost collecting idea though. You don't want any allied ghosts. They are strictly enemies.
No, we're gonna have some allied ghosts. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But he doesn't collect them. They just like when you get to them, they can join your party, like any other RPG game or something.
Yeah,
right?
like I was saying before, you'll be able to befriend Slimer. Obviously, he's going to be the first one.
Okay.
But then
Slimer.
Every now and then you might run into a ghost, and it'll be like a system, kind of like a Persona, where you talk to the ghost and kind of make a deal with them to befriend them.
Oh, okay.
Are there going to be human interactions that are aggro in this? Are you like, can you get mugged or something? Are there like thugs like in Spider-Man?
Is this GTA 5 for Ghostbusters?
Is this going to be like, or are you going to completely make this a clean place? People are all good people.
Human on human violence has no place in the Ghostbusters universe, so no.
Okay.
Why would you fight another human? There's a ghost here about to haunt you.
You're gonna kill another person and then capture their ghost, be a complete dick.
That's how you farm XP, man. You
Sasha has a good point. Sasha has a good point. She says, will there be romance options?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to hook up with Winston, that's cool, or Janine, whatever.
Well, are you
a separate character?
Are you a custom created character?
Yeah, you'll create a character. I forgot to add that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I put in a name? Can I put in a name that I think would be good?
No. Soze has to make the name first, and then you can say yours. But Soze has to make the name first.
We still got a working title, so please, Platty.
So is it untitled? Okay. Untitled project.
If you want to move units, all right, you want people to think about your game. I think we call it Undead Redemption 2.
Undead Redemption. They have the Undead Nightmare of Red Dead.
Exactly.
I'll be disappointed. I'll be disappointed if they don't make another Undead Nightmare with this new Red Dead.
They will.
I want to add that.
You got him.
Oh! You should have a special line. So when you make a character, any name you give it, they won't say the name. But if you type in McSalty, all the characters will say, McSalty!
McSalty!
They have that in their voice acting. Every character voice
everyone has
McSalty.
Everyone has to say that line. Like, I know you already did your whole entire voice acting thing, but we need you to come back in the studio. Okay, we need you to say all the lines again, but McSalty.
I think it would be funny if we make each voice actor just say the word McSalty once, and then no matter what context, like, we gotta get out of here! McSalty.
That's perfect.
Oh man. Okay. Good stuff. So, Platt, you said the name of the game was what?
Ghostbusters: The Rise of McSalty. I don't know.
Ghostbusters: The Rise of McSalty. These are
Ghostbusters.
all stellar game ideas, and I don't know why they haven't been done yet. But if I had to
They don't
choose,
get us.
Just call it Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call? And I think that'll.
now, last thing you have to do for this mystery topic is take different elements of your game all together, all three of you, make one game. Yeah,
Easy.
put it into
right.
one game.
All right, okay, I got it. I already got the whole idea.
It's all three of you together,
Okay.
so all you guys can.
I will put forward my idea for combining all of them. My Battle Royale Pokemon game is clearly going to be in New York. We're not going to do anything like that. It's going to be in New York, and there will be ghost NPCs that'll be aggro and aggressive. And now we're gonna, instead of just being a Pokemon, you're gonna be a Pokemon trainer, and the Pokemon trainer will be comedians of various types, and of course the Ghostbusters are also options. It's not gonna be 100-person free for all though. This is gonna be like a 20-person free for all or something like that.
Did you write this down? Did you just ready for this? Like, oh yes, okay, Pokemon, yes, comedians, yes, definitely.
No, you gotta adapt. That's how you move units.
That's what we're trying to do here.
Why aren't
You
you a
got this
businessman?
post-apocalyptic zombie Pokemon steampunk battle royale with Kevin Hart and Ghostbusters is cool, but was it worth it? You know, these 100-hour
All
work
right.
weeks. Man.
Anything you want to add into that, Shadow?
Oh no, I like Plus. I like Plus.
Okay, Plus idea is good. Jose.
So, all the Pokemon being stored at the Pokemon shit. What's it called? The hospital, the
Pokemon Center.
the Pokemon Center have been let loose in New York, and they've slayed all the humans for trapping them in the Pokemon Center, and their ghosts are haunting New York, and it's up to Kevin Hart to become a Ghostbuster.
No.
He wasn't ready.
Masses like him.
He wasn't ready, but he had to be, and he teams
You
up.
saw him in Jumanji. He's got this.
He teams up with Egon and Peter Venkman and Winston, and the other guy, Dan Aykroyd. He teams up with the Ghostbusters to free the souls of the slain humans and then take out the Pokemons.
Why aren't we funding this? All right. And last thing, name of the game. What's the name?
Jumanji. No, I don't know.
Jumanji's a pretty good Jumanji, lost Jumanji Royale. You know,
Jumanji Royale.
I'd play Jumanji Royale. Oh, that was good. I'm glad I did that topic.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, good.
All right. So we got Jumanji Royale. Everyone in chat, please let us know if you think this game is great, and if you think so, just put a yes. Or put the comedian that you would want to choose. Or if you want your own character, just say your own character and who you want to partner up with, any comedian you want. For DLC,
he does. One of the name suggestions is Pokemonji.
Pokemon.
I think it
Pokemonji.
kind of sounds like a sex position though. Like it doesn't. I mean, I'm not digging that name, but I do appreciate the input still.
I know we can't talk about it now, but after we're off the stream, you to explain what sex position that would be. Because
you've never Pokemonji'd with your girl. Okay. I guess I'm just cooler than you guys.
Man, you haven't lived until you tried this.
What's up, girl? You want a Pokemonji? All right.
All right. All right. So let us know if you guys think this is a good game, and we can talk about it at the time. I'm never gonna forget that. I'm gonna write that down, Pokemonji. And it's a good game thing. Okay, so me and Labrada are actually making a game right now.
Ooh.
And we're not gonna talk about what it's about yet. But whenever we do like finish something, we're gonna like start giving it out to only CSS members for alpha testing.
Sweet.
See if you guys like it or
Nice.
not. So now I'm just gonna take all your ideas and just see if I can try and put it into like our game somehow.
This is gold.
That was
All
the
right,
real reason.
I have two questions. Is there going to be dragons in it?
Maybe.
I hope so. And just remember, before you do anything, just ask yourself, was it worth it? You know?
That's always the question you need to ask for any time you make a video game.
Exactly.
Was it worth it?
That might be actually the title of this podcast is was it worth it, Pokemonji, question mark?
Kind of a side question. There was a while back that Labrada did a stream, and I can't remember if it was with you or not, but you guys were kind of discussing the plot of Kingdom Hearts. Was that you?
Yes, that was me. And
Oh, that was
Yeah.
pure gold. I would love
Oh,
to
yeah?
see that again.
So you want to see it again? All right, LeBron, you're there. You're in the chat. You heard it. They really want to see it again. But yeah, the reason why we couldn't finish that is just because we've been too busy with other stuff. But we wanted to get back into it. So now that we know,
How do
that
you
really
explain
liked-
that? Which makes no sense.
Get LeBron on the Saltcast and let's talk it out.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
maybe we'll have like a whole segment of like explaining difficult games. Okay,
I'm not even gonna
Starbomb?
joke.
Starbomb, the one with Aaron.
Yeah.
And whoever. Yeah, they have these 2 songs where it's like simple games.
Oh
explained.
yes. Bad
Yeah,
explain.
bad explaining simple games badly. And he's like, "Hey, yeah, I'm Mario. I jump on things." He's like, "Oh yeah, okay, cool. Hey, what's up? My name is Pikmin. I'm just trying to get back home or whatever."
Mhm.
And then Solid Snakes comes on. It's like, "I have a really simple game," and they're like, "Okay, what's your game?" And he explains the entire plot. And they're like, "You
No.
wanted like 2 words max."
I actually like the idea of doing a podcast where you and Labrada just explain Kingdom Hearts, and then you have me and someone else just give live reactions, and we're just like, "What? Come on."
No.
Wait, so why didn't he do that? Just us reacting to it. I think that'd be fun.
Okay. Yeah, so I think I like the idea of having a podcast where it's just trying to explain complicated games or complicated series of games. So like
Could be fun.
Drakengard would be up there.
Oh Lord.
Drakengard is a lot. Kingdom Hearts would be up there. I don't know what else. What do you guys think? Name a complicated game that you guys would like to talk about.
Mario Party. I just don't get it.
Mario Party.
You said it.
Why
man.
are they on this island? What's the context?
You said it.
How
Man.
the-
I would love to
how
talk to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say Mario Party. How to lose a friend in 32 times?
I was gonna
You
say,
mean Uno?
I would love to talk to somebody about Drakengard that doesn't know about Drakengard. Like, it's just.
And just see their reactions.
Oh
just
my
like,
god,
wait,
there's so
why
much
did-
there. Hunky Dory is asking for our Twitter accounts in the chat, by the way.
Oh yeah, well it's about that time that we're gonna like end the stream anyway. So let's do some plugs. I would like to make Papa Soze go first.
Plugs.
Okay. You can find my stream at twitch.tv/Sozeman under my face right here. I'm pointing to it. My Twitter, since you were asking, is at the Sozeman, all one word. As far as a plug for myself, I usually play things that I find interesting. I mean, I assume anyone would. But I like to play things that are kind of unique and off the beaten path. I like to be very interactive with my streams, so I think if you come, you're probably going to have a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Platt?
I could be found at twitch.tv/perplatypus or at Twitter at twitter.whatever at the perplatypus. Because me and Sozeman are the same there. We had to add the to the beginning of our names. Frequently, I stream card games. I like a lot of card games, and I like RPGs. I'm going to be streaming Fallout 76 coming up, and then Artifact, the Valve card game, when that comes out. I also have a voice changer, so that makes me apparently better. So don't forget to stop by.
Oh my god!
Thank you very
How
much.
much was your voice changer?
It was like $20.
I gotta get that.
So Platt first, remember he's stealing from me.
I'm sorry.
But not real. Fine. It's fine.
No, it's fine, yeah. Okay. Any Shadow?
Name is Shadow Ronin. You can find my Twitter at Twitch.Shadow Ronin with 2 N's at the end. Don't forget 2 N's. You can also find my Twitter account at Shadowstorm007 because I made it when I would enjoyed watching Bond movies. So,
What kind
yeah,
of Bond movies?
the old ones.
James Bond. My
Mhm.
my joke
Because,
was more about bondage.
Mhm.
Oh, you. Oh,
That's right.
okay. Yeah. No, that's fine.
I play assortment let's play assortments of games. Right now, I'm going through Castlevania, Ninja Gaiden, Metroid, and Doom. And I'll be coming up soon. Having a giveaway event coming along. If you're on my Twitter account, I will be posting it there with a little commercial. And be playing Spyro in November. So, oh yeah.
Spyro. You can follow my Twitch at AceXL is below my camera. It's right there. I had to look up my Twitter again because I forgot what it was, but it's AceXL Tama, Tama. At the end, Tama is just Japanese for soul, so it's just AceXL soul or whatever.
AceX Soul Squared.
Yes.
Ooh.
Absolutely. And so you can follow me there. You can follow me on my Twitch. I am starting to use my Instagram more. So my Instagram is I'm going to just nope, forget it. I'm not going to put my Instagram here yet. Forget it, I said that. I stream not a lot, but when I do stream, it's mostly PS4 games. So Kingdom Hearts, Dragon Age, and Monster Hunter World. Hopefully I can do another stream where I try to explain Kingdom Hearts with Librata Shoot, who's in the chat right now. She's putting everyone's information on there, so thank you. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I am the host for this podcast. I can host any other podcast that anyone wants, but this is the first time we did this, and I had a lot of fun. This has been great. So I wanted to personally thank everyone for showing up. I want to personally thank Platypus, Soze Man, and Shadow Ronin, who is now a ninja, for being here.
I don't know where he went, actually. I'm not sure what happened.
I think that's him. I can't tell really, but whatever.
I only see the darkness inside of his soul now.
If you guys like this, hey, let us know. And while I'm at it, hey everybody, we're all part of a group called the Coalition of Salty Streamers. Even though out of everybody here, I am I'm basically the baby of all four of us. But
can I be the daddy?
The
no,
dad?
it's Soze,
no,
man.
no, Soze's not. You can be the uncle.
No, uncles are gross. I'll be stepbrother.
All right, fine. You can stepbrother that comes in every once in a while. It's like, hey, kid, toy. But okay. So, Coalition of Salty Streamers is a stream team of just multitude of people that do different kinds of streams. We have musicians, we have artists, we have gamers, we have cosplayers, like everyone under the sun. And I suggest you check us out because everyone so far has been nothing but kind and friendly and welcoming. So, thank you to the Coalition of Salty Streamer people.
A lot of Dungeons and Dragons stuff going on lately too.
And Dungeons and Dragons,
Oh,
yes. Yeah. We've recently been trying to do different. We have different ideas for what we can do besides just streaming. Dungeons and Dragons has been one of them. This podcast, the video game Tune show, name that video game Tune show,
yeah.
which Soze is the host for that, and that's always fun to watch. You can watch that whenever that's on. When is the next one?
We don't know just yet because Prinny's out of town until November 6th. So we gotta figure out what we're gonna do.
So we have some time.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have some time. Okay. All right. Any last words, everybody? We end it.
Bandit.
Thank you. Was that Mr. Blackman?
Yin yin.
Yin yin.
Yin. Okay. Got it.
Last words, was it worth it? No.
Was it?
No,
Was it?
I want to thank everybody for coming out. This is the first episode of what is hopefully to be a very interesting and diverse podcast. Ace, thank you so much for heading this up, dude. I think you did a fantastic job.
Of course. Hey, real quick before, because I have to say it. I also have my own separate podcast. My own separate podcast is about self-love and self-worth and empowerment and all of that. It's called Play Your Ace Podcast. I'll put it in the chat in a second. But hey, if you like how my lovely voice sounds, you can check me too. So there's that. But yeah, that's all I want to say. Go ahead. You can end with that. But again, thanks everyone for coming. You guys had fun. We had fun. I had fun. You guys had fun.
I had great fun.
I'll post this in the Discord and on our YouTube channel. That's you just look up Salty Streamers on YouTube and you'll be able to find it. And you guys can do whatever you want to with it from there. But for now, we're gonna head out. Thank you guys, and I'll see you later.
Bye.
Peace out. Much love.
Bye.
Dude.